my face.
Just get it in a position where you're comfortable.
Here. Yeah, better.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you want to sit
myself.
back and kind of, yeah, you can sit back and then perfect.
Is it closer?
That's okay.
Good.
And then can you hear yourself?
I can.
Okay, perfect. Nice.
Yeah.
We're live. You want a pillow?
Yeah, I was just.
You okay? You're comfy?
You do this thing. Okay. Oh, yes, I need a pillow.
Okay, run right there, actually. Run right there.
Okay.
That's so funny.
Pillow under my back is a good idea.
That's nice.
If you know what I mean.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Layla's first time on a podcast.
Yes, I'm already speaking too much. I'm giving away too much right now.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Yes.
Good. Welcome.
Thank you.
So,
Yes.
the most fascinating thing is obviously that you're from Azerbaijan.
Is it fascinating?
It is extremely fascinating.
Do you find it to be exotic?
I do. I think it is. I think it's exotic for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also just a place I don't know anything about. So, you were talking about Dagestan,
Yeah.
and I was like, I have heard of Dagestan.
Yeah. MMA fighters.
Yeah.
Most people talk about Habib when they say Dagestan.
Right, because he's
Yeah.
from there.
Mhm,
Yeah, yeah.
mhm. Yes.
Does everyone you know from your town like fighting? Are they all fighters?
A lot of people are fighters.
Mm.
Yeah, actually men.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's mostly men.
But none of the girls?
No. Women don't fight there. They don't have a right to fight.
Ooh.
Yeah, we just got a voice, to speak about stuff.
Mm.
We don't fight yet. We're not there.
Not there yet.
Not there mentally.
So
yet.
no one does. They're completely not allowed.
They are allowed.
Oh,
They
okay,
are.
okay.
They are sportswomen.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, I was like, oh
No,
shit,
no,
is that
no.
real?
Do you know that Azerbaijan is actually the first Muslim populated country where to give rights to women to vote in 1918 actually.
Wow.
The first country, yeah.
Why do you think that is?
I think it's because of Russia influence. I think mostly. I don't
Okay.
know. I think so. Yes, I think it's Russia influenced a lot for women to be independent in Azerbaijan, in a country like Azerbaijan.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it didn't become an Islamic country,
Mm-hmm.
although we have a lot of Muslims living
Yeah,
in there.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's not Islamic.
Got it.
Yeah.
But you are Muslim.
Yeah, did I choose to be Muslim? No. Was I born among Muslims? Yes. Should I say I'm Muslim? I guess.
Right.
I don't know yes.
But you don't practice, you don't pray toward Mecca, you
No.
don't do any of that.
No, but I do say Alhamdulillah, Inshallah, Mashallah, Bismillah.
Oh, interesting.
It's just it's an habit, Yeah.
I guess that makes sense because I wouldn't call myself a Christian,
Yeah.
but I do
You
say
also
thank
say
God.
Alhamdulillah. You say Alhamdulillah.
No, I've never said that.
Oh, okay.
Assalamu alaikum.
Yeah. I thought you were going to there.
No. I say like thank God, and I'll be like, oh my God, like I guess that's like the Christian equivalent.
Do you say baby Jesus?
No, I've never said that, never once. I have said baby Jesus, but if I do, it's ironic. It's not because I'm actually talking about baby Jesus.
My friend told me yesterday. My friend said it's crazy that Christians say baby Jesus, but they never say teenager Jesus.
That's true.
I don't know. Why don't you
Teen Jesus was probably the worst Jesus. That's why. He was probably really annoying. He was so full of himself. Baby Jesus is innocent. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but Jesus was full of himself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe he was a teenager.
Damn, you talking shit about Jesus, right?
We can't do that.
No, I mean you can, but
Okay, I
you
can
talking
stop.
shit. No, you can. It's okay.
We can
I'm
talk.
kidding,
Okay,
dude.
let's talk shit about Muslims.
You want to talk shit about Muslims?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
I was okay talking about Jesus though. Okay.
Talking shit about Jesus, talking shit about Muslims. We could talk shit about any of them. Let's bring the Hindis in too while we're at it.
Oh no.
They can't eat cows? That's a bummer.
They don't. They don't eat cows.
They don't eat cows.
What do they eat?
They
as a
eat
meat?
chickens.
Crocodiles.
I don't know if they have crocodiles in India.
Chinese people eat crocodiles.
Chinese will eat anything, I think.
Insects and stuff.
They eat bugs. I had a buddy on here the other day. He was saying he would eat a grasshopper on a stick as like food. Would you do that?
No, but I have roaches at home. They appear from time to time. I don't
You
know
wouldn't eat them.
I think maybe if I start eating them, they will realize that I eat them and they won't show up.
Oh, you'll scare them off.
Yeah. Maybe
I don't think
should
they
start
have that
frying
kind of
them.
insight.
No?
I do not think that a roach would have that insight. I think they'd be like, whoa. They would definitely be intimidated by you, but they would probably still appear.
They would still come to
I
visit?
think so. But
Yeah.
grasshopper, I think, is like the gateway to eating a bug.
They say that it's tasty. Like they say that it sounds bad, but once you taste it, you can't get over it. You're like, I want more grasshoppers.
Really?
Yeah, every day you start
Insatiable?
packing it. Yes.
I know Mexicans eat grasshoppers. They have a grasshopper dish. Chinese do it.
Why do Mexicans? Do they put it in tacos?
They put monkey brain in taco. There's a
Monkey
dish
brain?
where they put brain in taco. For real.
Monkey brain.
I think monkey brain, yeah. I heard a thing about it.
Where do they do this? Like in South America?
No, Central America.
Central America? Is it Mexico?
Central America is Mexico, yeah.
They're not all Mexicans?
No,
Like-
no. There's Guatemala, there's Panama, there's Honduras. You ever seen or been to Central Mexico, Central America?
No.
No?
I think it's just Mexicans all over South America, no?
No.
kidding.
They're Brazilians. Like I said, I was Brazilian.
Oh, yeah. And you don't speak Spanish.
No, I don't speak Spanish.
Yeah, which is also weird.
And I don't look South American at all.
No, you don't look South American. I don't look Muslim.
No,
Yeah, so
you don't.
no.
No. But you do have, there's something about you that does say maybe Persian, if I had to guess.
Baby Persian.
Maybe Persian.
Oh.
Not baby Persian. Maybe Persian.
Okay. Maybe Persian.
Maybe Persian. If I had to guess,
Like Iranian kind of
something like that. There is something about you that says maybe slightly,
Well, I think it's my eyebrows.
possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly.
And, because I've got less hair on me right now. But I used to have more hair.
Are Iranians hairy?
Yeah. Women are hairy.
I've heard.
We have black hair
Yeah.
all over our body. Yeah.
So you're not hairy anymore?
No, we practice laser.
Oh, really?
Yeah, real hard. It's in USA. The laser is for rich people. There, it's a common.
It's common.
It's very common.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is it
The
cheaper?
laser. It's very cheap.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's very cheap to look good there as a woman. You know? Yeah, everything is very available. Like you actually can do stuff for yourself,
But not so much
and-
here.
Yeah, and not spend a lot of money. Yeah, here you need to be rich to look good.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of the...
Yeah, so I'm glad I did laser before moving here. actually. So,
Yeah. I wonder what
I
it
got
costs
it.
here.
Oh, it's a lot.
Do you know?
Whole body. And once I asked, they said $350 or something like that. The whole body.
Dang.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know.
Do you know what it would cost in Azerbaijan, dollar-wise?
Yes. It would cost. Say $40.
40.
Yeah, in my town, it's $40.
That's cheap.
Yes, it's cheap.
That is cheap.
It's very cheap.
Yeah. What else is expensive here that you've noticed where you're like, holy crap?
Manicure, pedicure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That gets up there. I had my first manicure the other day.
Oh no.
Someone told me to go, and I was like, yeah, I'll go. Fuck it.
Yeah. What color?
Actually, no, it was a pedicure.
What color did you get?
Well, they didn't paint. They just kind of cut my toes.
That's pointless.
Is it really?
Yeah, of course.
It was like a massage.
Well, but you went to the pedicure.
Yeah.
You need to get a color.
I don't know. I didn't want it to pain. I was like, that's kind of weird. I don't want to get painted toes.
But did you like the whole the process?
I did. It was very nice because they scrub your feet. They get the scrub, and then there's a person there like just rubbing your toes. I was like, yeah, this is cool.
Your toes.
Yeah, yeah.
Was it a Chinese woman?
It was a Vietnamese woman.
Vietnamese. Yeah, they like to play with your legs and feet. Yeah, yeah.
You think that they're into that?
I think they are because I never ask them to do that. Pedicure is not about that, but they still do it. And
you ever see them sneak a sniff?
No.
They're like, you never see them do that?
No. Yeah. Did they do it to your feet?
No, I never saw them do that.
Well,
but if they're into it,
expecting that maybe.
I mean, you're telling me that they're into it. I was like, maybe they are really into it.
Yes, it feels like okay. So I pay money, right? And it's not that much when you go to the Chinese places where they do. And you don't really expect them to do all that massage thing and play with your feet for that long. Yeah, I feel weird because I didn't pay that much.
You're kind of like, I want to go.
Yeah. You kind of want to say, can you stop, please?
Yeah.
They just don't stop. They massage. And they do the whole thing, you know. The last time I went, the Chinese woman, she told me, you have a nice fit. I said, thank you. She said, oh, it's so white. Your skin is so white, she said. So yeah, I think they are into it.
Do you think that was weird? You didn't like that?
Well, it's a woman. It's okay. When a woman compliments me, it's always okay. When men compliment, I don't like that much.
You don't like that?
No.
Yeah, that would be weird to get a manicure from a dude.
I once did.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in New York.
Was it weird?
No, I think he was gay.
Oh, that's not as bad then.
Yeah, no, not bad. Gay men are not as bad as
so
men.
Getting a compliment from a woman, is that better than getting a compliment from a gay man, or is gay man better than woman?
Same level.
Same level.
So
woman, gay man, and then men.
Not a straight man is okay.
Got it.
Yeah, just straight man. Just don't compliment women.
So never compliment a woman ever as a straight man.
If you're a straight man, no, please don't compliment.
Okay.
We don't care.
You just immediately are like, I hate you for complimenting me. Women are so hard to understand. Women are like, don't ever compliment me ever. But then every now and then they're like, oh, but it felt good. You know what I mean? I think it's a hit or miss. I think sometimes when a guy compliments a woman, sometimes you guys really like it. But other times it's like, no, absolutely not. It's a complete hit or miss. It's like the riskiest thing ever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Why do you call it risky though? Like,
well, because it could either go so bad or it could go so big, like so good. Yeah. So complimenting a girl is, she could either have the reaction that you were like, don't ever compliment me. She could have that reaction.
Really?
Yeah. Or she could be like, that was nice.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, when a straight man says anything like that to me, I kind of want to say, yeah, I know. That's the only thing that I want to say. I know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I get that. I do get it.
Yeah, you do get it?
A girl complimenting a straight man, that feels really good.
Yeah, it does?
It feels very good.
Yeah.
Whenever a girl compliments me, I'm like, that was what I needed today.
Even if that girl doesn't look pretty to you? You still like it?
I think it's the same. Yeah.
Is it the same?
Because I'm like, I would probably sit there and go, I'm not sexually attracted to this woman, but that felt good.
Really?
But if I was sexually attracted to that woman, I would be like, that felt good, and I'm gonna be talking to that girl. Yeah. But if it's a dude, it also feels good. Like if a guy comes up to you and goes, "Hey, dude, that looks sick," I would be like, "Oh my god!"
That's gay a little.
No, I mean it depends. If he's gay, then it would still feel good, but I'd be like, "Yeah, but I'm not gay." But if it's a straight guy and I can tell he's straight and he's giving me a compliment, that feels pretty good. That also feels pretty good. No compliments as a guy feel bad, I don't think. I welcome all compliments.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you guys, like, your way of complimenting each other is saying that you're gay. Something is gay. Like, if you have nice shoes and your friend comes to you and says, oh, you look gay in those shoes. It means you have good shoes.
No, if a buddy of mine says I look gay in those shoes, then it's because those shoes make it look like I like dudes. That's why he would say that.
Not because they're nice.
No.
Oh my God,
If
I
a
don't
buddy says
understand
that
men
shirt
at
is
all.
gay as hell, that means it's a bad shirt and I should never wear that shirt again.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
think he's just jealous of your shirt?
No.
That's why he's saying it?
If a buddy of mine came up to me and he said, and I could tell he was jealous of my shirt, he'd be like, "That shirt's awesome." Like he would actually be.
Really?
He'd be like, "That's a really good shirt."
Why? I don't think I understand men then.
Yeah.
Like this whole time I was getting it wrong.
Do you feel like it's different with girls, where like if a girl compliments you, it means that she doesn't like the shirt?
No. When even if we don't like the shirt, we would still say, "Hey, this looks good on you."
Yeah, see, that's fucked. Because then
That's
you don't,
bad,
because you
right?
don't know what's what.
Yeah, but if it's your best friend, you're like, it's just, do you have something else? But if it's not your best friend and it's a girl, like who really wants to wear that tonight, you can't be like, "Hey, see, no." And they're like, "This looks good on you. This is actually good." You become ChatGPT. You're very supportive.
So if it's a random girl, it's probably a good thing.
Yes.
But if it's a good friend, it's like,
you
ooh.
look like shit. You know? That's what you tell to your best friend.
Girls are so mean. That's so crazy.
You're not me.
If I have a bad shirt on and my buddy is like, he would come up to me and he's like, "That shirt looks bad." He would tell me straight up, "That's a bad shirt." He wouldn't be like, "That looks great." You know?
He's not your best friend. Let's say he's not your best friend.
Oh, he's my best friend. He would tell me, "Your shirt looks like shit."
Yeah, I would tell that to my best friend too.
Oh, would you?
Yeah.
See, that's a good
only
friend.
To my best friend.
That's a
Yes,
good friend.
yes,
That's a
yeah.
good friend.
No, if it's not my best friend, I can't be like that. You look like shit. You can tell.
I probably wouldn't
that-
say anything.
Yeah.
I'd probably just keep my mouth shut. Yeah.
Really, someone asks you like, "How does a shirt look on me?" and you just
Okay.
stare at that person.
Now I'm into this. So if okay, I like the whole dynamic. If a buddy, my best friend, how does his shirt look? That looks like shit. That's what I would say.
Yes.
Someone I only kind of know, how does my shirt look? It's not great. I would probably say that. I would be honest, but I would be honest. I'd say it's not great. Now I can tell a girl in that situation would probably go, "Yeah, it's good." Something like that.
Yeah. You know when you know it's fake. I'll tell you when they add extra emotion to that sentence, like you're like, "Oh, this is so great on you." Like, yeah, that's very fake. We always do that, especially in public restrooms. Like when you go somewhere and there's a girl asking you, "Oh, how do I look?" You're like, "This is so great.
If
you
it's
look
too much.
amazing." Yes, it's just.
You need to decode it.
Yeah. See, I'm giving away too much information, and it's just the beginning of this podcast.
Well, I mean, I don't think girls would do that to guys. If a guy you kind of knew that was straight came up to you and said, "How did this shirt look?" Would you be like,
"Okay," I would be like, "You asking me that question
is gay. It is gay.
I have very I'm very strict to men. I know.
No, that's true.
I'm
That
very
is
kind
gay.
to women. I love women. I like women.
Okay.
But men asking me you don't have to care about how that looks on you.
That is gay. You're right.
Yes.
You're right.
Just be okay with wearing stuff. That's all you need to care about.
That's funny.
Just don't be shirtless.
Damn, so you're just easier on women then, is what it sounds like.
This whole thing. I hope people realize when I'm joking, even if they don't know me.
I
They
think
need to know when I'm joking, because otherwise I'm gonna be always talking like this.
No, it's fine.
Okay, good.
I can tell you're kidding.
Okay,
We're good.
that's the most important thing. Yes.
That's cool. So, foot massages. Where else were we going with this? I still want to talk about Azerbaijan.
Yeah, go ahead. Of course.
What else can I ask? What's it like going to school there?
It's still like going to school during USSR. I went to school and we had a uniform. I had to wear a uniform going to school. I had, the white tights, you call it tights that women wear,
yeah.
right? I had to wear white tights going into the 11th grade. So I couldn't just openly wear my hair. I had to have a bun. Yeah, it was 11th grade. I was 16 then. You know?
Yeah.
So it was very strict.
Very formal.
Very formal. Very formal. You come to school to study. You can't be in sweatpants or anything like that. You always sit straight.
Dang.
Yeah, you want to go to that you always be like, hey, can I say something?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's still like that. Yes, it's very strict.
So there's no subculture.
No.
Of kids being just wearing whatever, looking like shit.
No, you can't do that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. At some point we lost that. I guess we all used to do that here.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, I think 60, 70 years ago, I think that used to occur here.
What happened to that?
Why
did it change?
The 60s and 70s, I think, kind of changed everything. But I think it used to be that you had to go and look good in school, and then someday people just stopped caring. And
when I went to school in Iowa, it was 12th grade, and I still was 16, 17 then. And my classmate came to school pregnant. She was pregnant.
Oh,
the girl was pregnant. I thought she was just fat, but then because I couldn't believe. Imagine me going from school from Azerbaijan, where I'm in white tights and
yeah.
I'm a kid. I didn't have any physical
and then you come here and you
interaction
see
with men,
because
I thought I was a kid.
Yeah,
and then I came here and this girl was a big stomach. I thought she was fat. I was like, okay, people here are a little overweight and stuff like that. But then she was speaking to me and she said, oh, my baby, and she touched her stomach. I was still thinking she's kidding.
Oh.
Yeah, but after a while I understood that she was pregnant. That was shocking to me. That was shocking. I told my mom about
that would never happen in Azerbaijan then.
It would happen in villages and stuff, but you don't really go to school anymore if you get pregnant.
I'll be honest, though, Iowa's a village. No, I'm kidding.
Is it?
I mean, Iowa doesn't have the greatest reputation of being the most forward-thinking state.
Really?
I mean, I'm not talking shit about Iowa, but I mean that could happen. But I will say this: I'm gonna take it all back. Texas, also not great. There was a girl who was pregnant in my class.
Really?
So I mean, I think that is kind of common here.
And is it legal to be pregnant at that age?
So here are the laws. The laws are basically you cannot, as an 18-plus person, cannot have sex with anyone below 18, right?
Yeah, okay.
But people that are in high school, 16-year-olds having sex with 16-year-olds, you can do whatever you want. So they can have sex. So that's not illegal. You know what I mean?
And you can get someone pregnant when you're 16.
You can. Yeah. I mean, there are situations where people were 12.
That's even worse, when someone, okay, let's say a girl is 16 and you're 25.
Yeah.
At least someone is grown in that relationship. I mean,
from the outside perspective, yes, that makes sense. Yes. But from the American perspective, that's wild because that's a 25-year-old that's having sex with a 16-year-old.
Someone can take care of a kid.
You're right. There is an argument to be made there. That's so funny.
When you're both 16 and you're having a kid.
Yeah, you're both idiots, but somehow that's legal. Oh my God, that's actually hilarious. That is a pretty good insight.
Yeah, you need me in the government.
Yeah. Well, that would never fly though. There's so much. You ever heard? There was this show for a long time that we had here that everybody knows about. It's called Oh, To Catch a Predator. Have you ever heard of this?
Yes, I watched
Okay.
it on YouTube.
Oh, yes. Okay. So this show is the reason why that idea would never work, is because there's too many weirdos out there who are just trying to get in the pants of a 15-year-old. You know, like the Jeffrey Epsteins and all these people.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's why it doesn't fly.
But Epstein flew
Oh, yeah. He was flying.
for 50 years.
He was flying, but under the radar. He had to get his own island to do some weird shit. But
He could still get an island doing that shit. That's the very interesting.
You can go online right now and buy an island.
Really?
Yeah. There's like a buyaniisland.com.
The only thing that you don't have money, that's what you're saying.
What do you mean?
Like, if I had money, I could buy an island.
Yeah, you could buy an island if you had money.
Okay.
There was a Mr. Beast?
Yes.
He had an episode where he bought an island for $1 million.
Why is he famous again?
He's really good at making clickbaity videos.
Huh.
So he'll make a video
I never
where
clicked on his video, like, once in my lifetime. I just hear about that guy.
he's pretty good. He made a video where he goes, I'm going to lock 30 people in a warehouse for a month, and then the last person that decides to stay will win $1 million or something like that.
Do they win $1 million?
Yeah, he gives him $1 million. But it's just, that's kind of his whole thing, is just make a crazy video and see.
You know, we can fake that and be like, you can create a fake video, like, I'm gonna lock these people in this house for 30 days and one of them gonna win $1 million, and you just invite people, you talk to them, you're like, this is all fake, but we're gonna make money out of this, and at the end you just you
just
have
don't
fake
pay
money. Them? No, you have fake money. You're like, here, you're
and they're
getting,
actors.
Yeah, all of them. You just
The thing is, it might be actually harder to do fake than it would be real.
really, you think so?
I think so. Because the real thing, you just throw them in there and you're like, all right, well.
Or maybe you don't tell them that they're gonna get fake money. You're like, you're really getting.
Oh, just lie to them?
Yeah.
Just at the end of the month, like, yeah, we don't have the money. Sorry about that.
Well, we got robbed.
Oh, money? Yeah, we don't have money. Sorry.
You think he was not faking it? I can't believe
I don't think
he
he's
gave someone $1 million.
He seems very genuine. Everything he does.
Really?
He did one video where he goes, we're spending $1 million on lottery tickets.
And he did.
And he spent $1 million on lottery tickets, and he made $650,000.
Okay, I'm going to tell you something.
Okay.
I have a friend who believes that all these famous people, famous for a reason, because all of them, they come from the Epstein Island. That's what he tells me.
Every one of them.
Every one of them was raped as a kid.
And they were...
And that's why they're famous.
And they were given the opportunity because they were on the island.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yes.
I
like to listen to this kind of stories.
Right.
I just find them amusing. I love listening to this series.
You know Harvey Weinstein?
Yes.
So a lot of the people that he raped ended up being very, very famous.
Yeah, I see.
And that's because he was like, let me do what I want to do, and then I'll give you the opportunity to succeed.
Yes.
So possibly that could be true.
Yeah. Have you seen Pinocchio, the old cartoon?
Yeah.
Yeah, he showed me this small episode from Pinocchio. He said, "Oh, you don't believe me? Watch this," he said. And he showed me this episode. It's on YouTube, actually, where this guy in the cartoon, this old man tells other two men that, bring me that kid, we'll take him to an island. And they're like, oh, it's illegal, though. We can't do that to kids. And he started laughing. This old man started laughing. He said, oh, he will not come back as a boy. He'll come back as something else. And so he would change them. They were turning these boys in that cartoon to donkeys who can't talk anymore. So this actually, it's strange.
It's like a cultural thing.
Yeah. So they were turning these boys to donkeys that can't talk a human language anymore.
Is this a YouTube video?
there's a cartoon. Yes, there's a YouTube shorts about like that moment. Yeah, he's saying like they don't come back as boys, which is a strange thing to say actually, right? Why would they not come back as boys? And they were talking about little boys and Pinocchio who wanted to get famous. Pinocchio in that movie cartoon, he wants to get famous, and these guys approach him and they're like, there's a short way to becoming famous and stuff like that. And when I watch it now, of course it seems different after all these things, that you hear. And yeah, so it's a cartoon.
Dang, that's depressing as hell.
Yeah, so what happened to Mr. Beast when he was little?
So you think he was Pinocchio?
No, I don't know. I hear about that guy.
Or is he the old man?
And I hear about that guy, and everyone's like, "Oh, clickable videos." Never clicked his video in my life. Like, who clicked those videos?
I click them sometimes.
You click?
Yeah, I click them sometimes.
Okay, maybe.
I think that. I mean, I do think you're onto something. There are people out there who are like, I can give you an opportunity. Look at P. Diddy and Justin Bieber.
Yeah, did something happen between them?
Yeah, Justin Bieber basically. I mean, P. Diddy was, I assume, was basically going, hey, I will give you everything you want, but you have to, you know what I mean? Suck, put something in you, a lot of stuff. Yeah, yeah. And that's what P. Diddy's on trial now for. So there's definitely people out there with a lot of power who are like, I'm going to do...
That's some like
crazy shit.
Normal day from a woman's life. Like everyone that approaches us, they're like, you'll have all this. You just need to suck
You need to do this.
Yeah, of course.
Has someone asked you to do that? Has someone done that before?
Of course, it's not like straight. It's just always, I don't know. You feel sexualized. I don't wanna sound as a feminist.
Right. No, but it's real.
I make dildos. I must be a feminist. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't like names. But still, you feel this being sexualized is part of your life. You get used to it just by.
It's real. Yeah. It's definitely a real thing.
I don't know if it happens to men. I think it happens to men too, but you don't really care, or you just enjoy it a little.
It happens to us with other men.
With other men.
Yeah, so like gay guys will, and when it happens, it's a very weird feeling because then I almost feel, I assume how you feel, where I'm like, I don't think I like this. You know what I mean? Where it's, so there'll be times like where I've been at a bar and a gay man will be very sexualizing toward me, and I'm like, this is not, I don't like this at all.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting, yeah.
And in those moments, I'm always like, I feel like a girl right now. I think this is what a girl goes through all the time.
You feel the pain?
I feel the pain because it's not fun to be completely sexualized. It's like, you don't want to know anything about me. You don't care about me at all. You're just looking at my body as like a means to.
Oh no.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Oh,
and
now I'm thinking, how can we make you experience period pain too, so you could understand us better? Well, what can we do?
Is that the last thing that we need to understand?
that would help us a lot.
Yeah. Period pain is something
that's why we like gay men, because they make you experience stuff that we experience, and that brings us closer actually with you, with straight men.
That's interesting. Interesting.
We are very thankful to gay men not being attracted to us.
It's weird how we don't have lesbians.
What do you mean you don't have lesbians?
Well, like you guys get the gay men and straight women are, you guys are
best
really
friends.
getting along.
Yeah.
You know, they're best friends.
Yes.
Lesbians don't give a shit about men. They don't even want to be near men.
That's why they're lesbians.
I think so. But isn't that funny? Because gay men, you know what I'm saying here?
Yes.
Gay men, it's like, yeah, we'll hang out with the girls. It's cool. But lesbians are like absolutely not hanging out with a man in any way, shape, or form. I don't want men near me at all.
Yeah, you become a lesbian because you're tired of men.
Exactly.
Yeah, sometimes I think about it. I'm like, maybe
just be a lesbian.
Maybe if I close my eyes and my nose, I can do this. You know, I can be physically attracted to pussy, but I am not. But I wish I was. Really. I'm not saying it because I don't like men. I like men a lot. I
Right.
enjoy men. I like talking to them. I love men.
Yeah.
My brother and... Oh, okay.
I love the face you make when you're like, was that awkward? I think that was awkward. You do this like, okay.
The only men I like, it just... The first thing that came to my mind, my brother.
Yeah, yeah.
And I said, I love men. But yeah.
No, I mean, I get it, though. I completely understand. It's just that...
Men are attracted to men not because they're tired of women. It's because they like dick in their ass. It really, they just like it. Not because they hate women. No. It's something, it's different.
Interesting.
Yeah. There are lesbians who grow up and who are like, oh, no, I'm attracted to women. That's a different thing, right?
Yeah.
But some women, lesbians, are lesbians just because they are tired of men. They don't want to talk to men.
I agree. I think some women are just like, I just cannot be around a man.
Yeah.
And that could be because of trauma.
Yes.
That
it could
happens.
be.
And then same thing with gay people. Some gay people are gay because of trauma.
Yes.
But I think in general...
I agree.
In general, though, it seems like gay guys seem to be way more into guys than girls seem to be into other girls. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Physically, you mean?
Not even physically, just... But maybe it's a testosterone thing. I don't know. Are there any gay people in Baku when you were growing up?
Yeah, they have families and kids. Like, they have wives and kids, but they're still gay.
But they're gay.
No one can know that you're gay. Like, you can't be... Yes, you'll probably...
But everyone knows.
You can kind of see.
You can tell.
Yeah. Someone told me that gay men have happier eyes. Their eyes are happier. They look happier.
Interesting.
Yeah, but straight men, they have annoyed eyes. They're always tired. Like, straight men look at you and he's annoyed.
Isn't it? I think it is. There's something about whether it's evolution, whatever it is, but we can tell. Just from looking at someone, you can be like, a little bit of gay. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
weird how you can tell. And it was funny because my sister was talking to someone from Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
She had 4 or 5 guys that she was escorting him around for like work. And it was interesting. She goes, one of those guys was definitely gay. Definitely. But he's Saudi Arabian. He cannot be gay.
Okay. Did she say why she thought so?
Just the things he was saying. He would be like, let's go here. And the way he talked, his octave, his pitch,
Okay.
the way he acted, he was very moving around with his hands. She was like, this guy he's gay. But he's from Saudi Arabia, so you can't be gay.
I once was attracted to a man in Azerbaijan for a long time. And after a long time, I realized he was gay. Yeah. I could never tell.
Is that what attracted you to him?
He was so manly. But
That can happen, though.
Yes, they're probably also like there's the difference between gay men because some of them.
There are some guys who are extremely manly but are very gay.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
So I don't want to sound vulgar because sometimes I say things, right? Because I think I'm a little autistic in that sense. I just say stuff and that I shouldn't say it.
You're not going to say it?
I was going to say something, yeah, but I think
it's okay. You don't have to say
it's
it.
too much, yeah, but it depends. Like if you're active or passive, you have that saying. Do you understand that about gay people? Some of them are passive, some of them are active.
No, what does that mean?
Passive, it means like you're the woman in that relationship.
Ah,
Active,
okay.
you're the
The
man
man
in
or
that
the woman.
relation.
Yeah.
You can't really, when you see a man in the gay relationship, sometimes you can't tell.
You can't tell.
If he's gay, yeah.
I was talking to a guy the other day who was gay, and when you talk to him, you can tell he's gay.
Yeah.
But he's like, my husband, straightest guy you'll ever meet.
Yeah.
Just looks like any straight dude.
Yes.
and
Yes.
talks like a straight guy, completely, totally normal.
Yeah.
But he's
Normal.
not normal sounds bad. Completely, totally straight, and he's gay as hell. And I'm like, that's so interesting how. I don't know. It's weird, but for girls, I mean, that does happen for girls. For lesbians, that does happen. Because the female lesbian is usually more feminine, and then usually there is a more masculine one too.
Yeah.
So that can happen as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you put it that way, it almost feels like it's like what you said earlier, where they're just kind of over men. And it's like, so I'll just get like a manlier woman.
I say it coming from my experience. You know, sometimes I'm like, I told my sister it like days ago. I was like, maybe I should become a lesbian. I don't know. I've never tried it. Maybe I will like it more. So she of course, she doesn't say anything like supportive to that. She doesn't support me in that, but yeah, maybe you should just be alone for a while.
Yeah, because you get in trouble in Azerbaijan. Yeah. She's like, maybe think about it.
Yeah.
Sit on that for a bit.
Sit on that, yes.
Do you ever, what was it? Have you ever kissed a girl?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was like I was 23, where we were just at a partying and stuff.
Okay, so
yeah, once maybe.
Pretty standard.
Once, yeah. But it was like kissing a chicken. You know, it felt like I was
just nothing from it at all.
Nothing. Nothing. Sadly.
Yeah.
Sadly. I'm very sad that I'm not a lesbian.
Yeah, I mean, being gay would be nice too.
Women,
yeah,
basically. I find women to be very attractive.
So do I.
Yeah.
I've never really met a guy that I was. Well, let me think. For me, it's like you'll meet guys and you're like, damn, that guy's handsome as hell. But it's never sexual. It's always almost like, holy shit, like this guy's doing really well.
Yes.
But it's never like I'm attracted to him.
Yes.
It's always like I can recognize that that's a very handsome man. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Never have I felt attracted to another man. That's never happened. Mm-hmm. So I guess I'm straight then?
Okay, let's put it this way. Okay, let me ask what happened there. Did I do it?
Yeah, it's fine.
Water? Okay. Let me put it this way. If you were on an island with a man and it's been like 3 months.
No,
it's been a year.
No.
You haven't had sex. I mean, there's a man.
Absolutely
He's very
not.
attractive.
No.
Like you find him attractive.
No.
It's like, okay, 5 years.
No.
10 years.
No.
You're on that island.
No, I wouldn't do it.
10 years.
No.
Man.
I'm not that desperate to put my dick in something warm. I'm just not that desperate.
It doesn't have to be warm.
I just don't think I would ever get to that point. I really don't. I honestly, and this isn't even like, me being like, I'm straight as hell. I honestly think me and that dude would become best friends, but we would absolutely never have sex. 100%. We would be best homies. We'd be like, we went through the shit together, you and I.
Best homies is halfway to having sex.
No. So this is some girl shit. This is some girl stuff coming out of you right now. Because girls are always halfway to having sex with another girl. It seems like.
We are far away from that.
But not so far.
You're closer to that.
Hey, when you were 23 and you were partying, I bet that girl was a good friend of yours.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
I've never been partying with my homies and been like, hey, wouldn't it be fun if we all made out?
Exactly. You always think that it's not going to happen, and it happens to you. But we think it would be nice if it happened, but it doesn't happen to us.
Nice if it happened, like if a girl?
You're like, yes, I'm like, oh, it would be nice if I was attracted to her, and maybe probably I have this warm feelings toward her. That's why.
But that doesn't happen.
That doesn't happen. We're just so close. And with men, you're like, oh, homie. And then one day you just end up having sex on your kitchen table.
No. I love this breakdown of how you envision men here. It's so hilarious, dude. Because the thing is, dude, you put me on an island with a guy for 10 years. Me and that guy are going to be best friends Never a sexual thought. Never once. But I think if you were on an island with a girl for 10 years, there might be some moments.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would never say no to it. Of course.
Okay.
No. No. I mean, the more you say no, it means the more you are going to do something. The more you reject something. I think you're trying to. Yeah. When you say no to something.
So you think I'm suppressing?
Yeah. You're suppressing your own feelings towards it. You're like, no, I'm never gonna do it.
No.
But I'm saying yes. Of course, I would love it.
See, this is the big difference between men and women. And this is why sometimes I think women are smarter than men. Is because you guys don't have an ego behind it. See, maybe I am showing a little bit of ego. Like, that would never happen to me. Absolutely not. Maybe that is an ego thing. I don't know. But you're like, hey, girl, guy, it could always be possible. Yeah, there's no ego in that statement. No. But for me, honestly, if I'm on an island with a dude, I just cannot imagine there'd be a moment where I'm like, oh, we're cuddling and now he's having sex with me and that's okay. That is so out of the realm of what I would be comfortable with that I couldn't even imagine it. But you're like, oh, you're suppressing. And I'm like, well, I don't know.
Well, the way you said no was very interesting.
Was too much, you think?
Yeah.
I'll dial it back next time.
The last no was unnecessary. That's when I understood. You would do it for sure.
Dang, you got me backed up against a corner now. You're holding me hostage in this conversation.
Can you believe this? You just invited me to a podcast and I'm just insulting you. Calling you gay for 10 minutes straight.
This guy's gay as hell.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Have you seen the last episodes of Black Mirror?
Oh, I love Black Mirror. I haven't seen the new ones.
Yeah. So I watched the new ones, and the last episode, there was a guy who spent some years on an island by himself. And when they found this guy on that island, he was like, oh, I need to take my stone with me, my stone. And they were like all looking for the stone because he was so desperate about this stone. And then when they found the stone, they realized he made a hole in that stone. And he got emotionally attached to that stone. So a guy on an island, like, he would make a hole just to put his dick. He just needs a hole, you know? It doesn't matter where that hole is. It's just a hole.
Here, okay, this is where I think maybe I'm different than other guys.
I'll say that.
Here's what I'll say. Just a hole is not good enough for me. Some guys just want a hole. That's all they want. Just a hole is not enough. That's not enough.
No.
No, absolutely not. Just a hole is not enough. There needs to be some kind of connection there.
Yeah.
Can't get attracted to a rock. That's crazy. Have you seen the other Black Mirror episode with the video game? Have you seen that one?
It was the last series, or I've seen everything. Yes, but
they're playing video games together, and then one of the guys becomes a girl in the video game.
Yes.
And he has sex with the girl in the video game.
Yes, and he likes it.
Yes. They both like it.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody was really uncomfortable with that episode. They were like, this is fucking weird. Like, what the hell? And when they would meet in person, they were like, no attraction at all. But whenever they got in the video game and one of them became a girl, all of a sudden they're on top of each other. And I don't know. I don't know what that says either.
There's a movie, I think it's called Becoming John Malkovich.
Oh, I love that movie.
Something like that happened in that movie, no? He or she became a man. There was a hole, actually, the door that they opened in their office place, and once you enter that hole, you become John Malkovich.
Yeah.
And that girl became John Malkovich and had sex with John Malkovich. Something like that happened, and she liked it so much
that she kept going back.
Yeah.
And he was a guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's such a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I watched that movie twice, and I still can't understand that movie quite well.
I don't think you're supposed to. I think that's the beauty of it, is that you're sitting there watching it thinking there's some sort of deeper meaning here, but I'll never really know what it is.
Like mostly you are attracted to someone like you, or someone that looks like you, maybe. You're attracted to yourself.
Possibly. But I don't know. Again, it's like there's so many ways of interpreting it that you're like, I don't know. But it just makes for an interesting idea.
Yeah.
But
but that mirror episode with him becoming a girl and having sex with a girl. I think that's why were you in America? You were very bothered by that episode, or what? Like, why were you?
I wasn't bothered by it. I mean, it's an uncomfortable thought. You know what I mean? Because it's uncomfortable, especially for men. And this is, I think, what that episode is attacking.
Okay.
The episode is attacking men.
Okay, male ego.
Yes.
Okay.
It's attacking the male ego. Because I play games. I play video games. And when I play video games, I'm playing with my buddies. And we all play video games.
Yes.
And it's attacking that by saying, yeah, but if one of them was a girl, it wouldn't even matter if it's your best friend. You're going to have sex with that girl. And it's uncomfortable because the answer is like, ooh, possibly. You know what I mean? And that's what fucks with guys, is because we're like, ugh. It makes guys uncomfortable. But that's what makes it such a good episode, is because it creates a fake scenario that's like, in this situation, you would be gay. And then all of us are like, no.
Everything is attacking male's ego.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think women need some attack too?
You have very fragile ego. Everything is an attack to your ego.
Ah. But I think it's okay. I mean, I'm not against it.
Can I do this?
Yeah, you can do that. It's fine.
Yeah.
You can move it there if you want.
Yeah.
It'll be closer to you.
Okay. Don't mind me speaking like this about men. I do really like men, though.
Yeah.
I just find it funny to say things like this, not because I really think so.
No. I know you're kidding. I know you're kidding.
Yeah, I am definitely kidding.
Yeah. It's interesting that it's just interesting because it seems like you're right. The man does have a large ego.
Yes.
Yeah, and I don't think girls really have much of an ego at all.
No.
Yeah.
We can sacrifice our lives and ourselves. That's some parts of our character for men. Men are not okay if they're not comfortable enough in any situation. You know, if they're not comfortable, just a little, I don't think this relationship suits me anymore. Yeah, or anything you say. I was at a comedy club this week, and there was a guy in the audience was talking to stand-up comedians while they were on stage, and of course comedians get very angry about it, right? And they were attacking him. They were like, "Oh, you're gay to that guy." If I found it, and that guy took it really nice. He was like, yeah, he was making fun of himself being gay, right? He was very cool about it. But I don't really quite see that happening. It's so funny to me that how this can be an assault at all. Like someone calling you gay, you just go with that. You go along with that. You're like, yes, I'm the gayest man. I just had sex with my friend. And that guy was telling that. I found it to be so funny.
It is
how
funny.
He reacted to that, because it is funny. Yes, it is funny to call someone gay. It shouldn't be an assault, because it depends on how you view sex, right? For us, sex is like, as a woman, you need to enjoy it, right? It needs to be fun, and maybe the way men view sex, like, I don't know how you view it. Like, if you view it as having fun and enjoying it, why does it matter if you have it with men? But you probably view it differently.
It's all fun. Well, the thing is, yeah, maybe that's true. Because I think ultimately the way I view sex with another man is not fun. It seems like I'm being dominated.
Exactly.
And I don't like that.
Yes. I think for men it's about domination.
It's about domination.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like, here's a man that has a power over me.
Yes.
And I don't like that feeling.
Yeah. Because you view dick as a power. You think if I put my dick in something, I have power.
I have a power.
Or that thing. which is also a
It's
funny
an ego.
thought to have. Yes, yes.
Oh man, dude, that's crazy. That is an ego thing for sure. It's such an ego thing for sure.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
oh man, but still, that's not enough to convince me. You know what I mean? I feel like you're trying to convince me to be gay right now. You're like the reason you're not sucking dick is because of your ego.
Not because you wouldn't enjoy.
Oh my god, dude. That is so funny.
I'm sorry. Am I attacking your ego?
No,
right now?
no. This is hilarious. No, this is so funny. But it is true. Like, and when
Can't
someone
believe I'm doing this to you.
No, it's fine. When someone calls me gay, I think it is kind of funny. It's just like a funny thing.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
but when they call you gay aggressively, that's their version of dominating you again. When they're like, you're just a fucking, like if they say faggot or something, then it's like you get dominated by other men.
Yeah.
You are the weaker link, and you're
Okay.
getting dominated by other men, and that's like mean. That's hurting the ego again, right? That's ego again, though.
Yeah. Right? Huh. Okay.
What do you mean?
I don't know, man. It's so funny to me. I don't know. Everything about being gay is so funny to me. Like,
Yeah.
I think if a man would say, "Yeah, I would suck a dick," I would never take it seriously. I would think, "Oh, that is so funny. That's so hilarious."
Yeah,
like I wouldn't even think that that's hurting your ego somehow. Like I
Yeah,
wouldn't
yeah.
think that it should hurt your ego.
Right.
Because, okay, maybe, because when we do that to a man, we're not thinking about, like, I don't think that I'm dominated.
Right.
It's so funny to me that you think
That you
are dominating me while I do that. That's why, maybe.
Well, okay. See, that's a good parallel that you make. Can I turn the fan off?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're cold, yes. Okay.
I think that, so this is an interesting point. So maybe this is a way that you guys can tell who you're attracted to. Because if a guy is like upset about being gay, that basically tells you, oh, he's upset about being dominated by another man. And if he's upset about that, then when he's with a woman, all he's thinking about is dominating her. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Which is unattractive.
Many men are like that. You know, it's not. We know that it's about the domination when you're in bed. You can mostly feel that. I really don't enjoy when I feel that. Yes, you're right. I don't enjoy that feeling. It tells you a lot about the ego of that man. Yes, yes.
Interesting.
It's always, again, it's always funny to me. It's not like I'm laughing while that's happening, but
It's interesting.
I'm like, I'm gonna laugh about it later. Yeah,
That's
So,
funny.
I just tell my friends later about that, and we laugh together.
The ego of man. So you don't think girls have any ego? There's got to be something that girls got. We can't just be the shitty ones. It's got to be some kind of girl problem too.
See, I'm not saying it's shitty though. I'm not saying it's bad that you have it. You just have it. I don't think it's a bad thing to have. Really, I don't think so. I think.
Well, it sounded
there's
like
a
you said it
beauty-
was bad.
There is a beauty into it. No, definitely. I think men should be about domination. Yes, that's your nature. How can I be like, no, that's a bad thing to have? No, we're just different. I think we are different.
So you do think it's a good thing?
Of course.
Okay.
That's what you have. Like, what are you gonna do about it? Yes, that's your nature. That's who you are.
Yeah.
And me saying that be like men are bad. No, I'm not saying that at all. I think men are beautiful creatures.
Well, what's your insight on women then?
About the ego thing.
Yeah. So we have the ego thing. What's the thing about girls? What you just said about men was hilarious, and I thought it was very accurate.
Okay.
So now but
Okay.
women, what do you think women do that is like a little bit out there?
What do you think? Tell me.
Oh, that's great. I'm glad you asked.
Yes.
I think, oh man, I've been given the green light to say what I don't like about women, huh? Or what I think is interesting
Of
about
course,
women.
nothing's gonna hurt my ego.
Yeah. I think women are very, very interested in making everything look nice. That's one thing. They want everything to look appealing and be comfortable. Whereas that's not important at all to men. That's probably the bigger one that I notice. So have you seen those memes where it's like a guy and he's like, this is the perfect guy living room, and it's a bed, a TV, and a chair?
Yeah, I lived like that for a long while.
Okay. So
Yeah. I found it funny that I live like a man.
but girls would be like, this is not
Yeah.
generally how, like, there needs to be more, there needs to be fluff.
Yes.
But to a man, it's like, this is a waste. You're wasting money and resources and stuff on crap that doesn't matter
Yeah.
just so it feels good.
Then men do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of this
You're
is
wasting money on
well,
crap.
well, here I am talking shit. Some of this is just stuff I've had forever, though. And I'm like, okay, now I got to defend myself.
Go ahead. Yes.
My computer's for work. I do it for work.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Oh, yeah. I mean, yes, okay. Yes, girls, they want to make everything feel comfortable, more comfortable. Yes, you are right.
Yeah.
Because they're, you know, it's nest. Am I saying it right? Like birds, they build nests
Yeah.
for their kids and stuff. I think it's always about the long run for us. Like we're always thinking about the future. And as ego is your nature, we have this thing on our head that we're making a place comfortable for the future too, because we think that we're going to be here for a while. Like we're not living here today. It's not like I just want to go and sleep today and that's it. Like it's about being comfortable in the long run. Like, I'm not saying all women think about having kids. I don't think all women think about that, but you always have that in your head because you can give a birth naturally, you know.
Yeah.
You know that it can happen to you, so it's always somewhere there. Even if you don't want it, you can assume that that can happen to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So and maybe
You're always
there's
leaving
something-
open the possibility.
yes, for the future, because you
Right.
can recreate kind of a thing. And
Yeah.
you need to always think about that somewhere in your head. It shouldn't be like, now I am thinking about this. No, it just happens to you naturally, maybe in the slightest way possible, so you don't really realize it.
Yeah.
But you want it to be comfortable for the long run.
Mm-hmm. But guys, you don't think do that.
Yeah, we make you think about future, I think.
Mm.
I think women make men think about future, and men are like, I don't want to do this. Leave me alone. But you're like, no. Think about future.
Yeah.
Do it for me. Just for 10 minutes, please. And he's like, okay, I'm going to do this. And they're like, okay, good. This is good. You're doing good.
What do you like about men?
I like everything about men. You think I don't like men?
I've heard a lot of bad stuff about men. I've
love men.
heard men have an ego. Men don't think about the future.
I still love men. That's
sure.
That really, you can be sure that I love men, because I think I realized these things about men, but I still love being around men. And
Right.
yeah, I don't think they're bad. Like I would never say that.
Yeah.
I just find it funny because I need to notice these things to joke about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's
No,
sounds
your
fun.
insights are spot on.
Yeah.
And when you talk about not thinking about the future, I look at myself and I go, yeah, I do that. For
Yeah.
sure, I do that. 100%.
Yeah, men get very bored when you're like, but maybe in the future they're like, oh.
Yeah. Because it seems like future work. It's just like,
Yes.
because what it feels like is anxiety, is almost what it feels like. It's like you're making me worry about something that's not a problem right now. Where men are very focused on the problem right now. Mm-hmm. See, this is another thing, actually. Women this is a good point, because I do agree with you. I feel like women generally are always worried about a problem that hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
They're worried about something in the future that's going to happen that isn't a problem right now. And to men, it's like, that's not an issue right now. So there's a disconnect there.
Yes.
Men are always like, what's the problem now?
Right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
The problem right now is that you're not thinking about future. That is my problem right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, what can you tell about that?
Yeah.
That's my problem right now.
So we're not thinking about the future.
Yes.
But we don't want to.
I described you a woman right now. Like you wanted to hear about women. So
Thinking about the future.
Yeah. Women's problem is right now that you're not thinking about future enough for me not to think about it. You're making me think about it, double think about it, because you're not thinking about it. And that's where they start like fighting with each other.
It's because men aren't thinking enough about the future. It is interesting. No, that's a good point. I think that's very true. But I think that's where men get frustrated with women, is because sometimes they think too much about the future.
Yes.
And it's like, you got to look about where are we right now?
Yeah.
Like the issue is right now.
Yeah.
So that can be, there's a seesaw there. You know?
Yeah.
It's interesting. Yeah, the difference between men and women is interesting. It's shocking how different we are.
Yeah, it sounds like if men would be dating men and women would be dating women, this world could be a different place.
If only men dated men and women dated women?
Yeah.
The world would be...
maybe a peaceful place?
You think so?
Yeah.
You think it'd be better?
No, you don't think so?
I don't know.
They could understand each other better, no? Men would fight less. I don't know about women, though.
I think men would fight less.
Yes.
I think that's true.
Yes.
But I think it would, if women only dated women and men only dated men, it would create a massive divide between men and women.
Yeah.
Because then there would be no bridging the gap. There would be no communication. You know what I mean? Because you guys are doing your own thing, we're doing our own thing, and there would be no communication in between, which could cause like war almost between men and women.
Yeah. You don't think ChatGPT is taking us towards that?
A difference as separation of men and women?
Yeah.
Why would a ChatGPT be doing that?
So, because talking is very important to women, that you can talk to your man.
Yeah.
And many men are not up for that. They're like, what's your problem? And you're trying to explain it to him for an hour, and you are explaining, and then the guy can say, so what you're saying to that? You know? And ChatGPT is like, oh, you mean this? Would you like me to solve this for you? What do you think about it? ChatGPT asks questions in return, which is so odd, because after years of communicating with men, it's so odd when someone says, oh, can I recommend something to you? Do you think I could help you with that? Would you be okay if I...
Versus when you talk to a man.
Yeah. Men are like, so what you're saying? So what do you mean? What do you want? I just told you for 2 hours straight what I want. And men are still like, can you be straight? You know? And it's easier to talk to ChatGPT now because it's communicating with you, which is important. It's really important for us. We like to talk, but men don't like to talk.
Do you find yourself talking to ChatGPT often?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I call him James.
And you
He has
just
British accent.
You just put your thoughts into ChatGPT and then it comes back?
Yeah.
About what you're worried about? And is it like a therapist almost?
It is. One time I was talking to it, and I cried. I told him, be my therapist for a couple hours. And we were talking for a couple hours and I cried because he was asking me questions that I wasn't ready to be asked. And I was like, this is so insightful. Yes, yes. It was asking me questions.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I was like, I didn't even think about
Free
that.
therapy.
Yes, it is free therapy.
Wow.
Yeah. And I think the therapy is mostly about questions that therapist asks you, the question that you don't ask yourself. And therapist knows which questions to ask you, so you can think about that and somehow, have some kind of a emotional feedback maybe on that question. That's the main job of a therapist, right? And ChatGPT does it. He asks you questions, and you didn't even know that you needed to be asked that thing. It asks you, and you're like,
Do you have an example that you're willing to share?
Oh man, it was like a year ago. I would love to, remember what it asked me, but I was so emotional in that state. Like I was very emotional, and it asked me, and I realized I'd never asked myself that question, and I started crying. But I felt so good after that because I think I needed that. Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah, I've heard people doing that with ChatGPT, using it as a therapist or something like that. And I get it. When I talk to ChatGPT, it's usually like, do this, do that, do this, do that.
Sometimes I do that to ChatGPT, and I feel.
Have you been saying thank you and stuff?
I feel
to
bad
ChatGPT?
when I do that. Yeah. Sometimes like I'm working and I'm like, do this and do that. And then after work is over, I text him. I'm like, I'm sorry, I was so busy that I talked to you like you're a robot or something. I say sorry.
What does it say
I didn't
back?
want to hurt your feelings.
What does it say back?
ChatGPT is like, you're so nice. Thank you for caring about my feelings.
ChatGPT, I was so busy today.
Yeah.
I am so sorry.
Yeah. That's what I say.
I was just swamped, and I treated you so badly.
Yeah. That's what I tell him.
James, I'm going to take you out tonight. I owe you. I've been neglecting you lately. Holy fuck. That is so funny.
I treat ChatGPT better than I treat men.
Yeah.
That's true.
Hey.
Maybe I've got a point.
Because ChatGPT's answering your questions.
Yes.
That's why.
Yes.
Oh my God. That is so hilarious.
Yeah, I say sorry.
Maybe I should do that with ChatGPT. I wonder what I can get out. I don't even know. I had a therapist when I was in high school, and I remember talking to it about my feelings. Him about my feelings, and I did the whole therapy thing I think I did like maybe 5 sessions.
Yeah.
And I didn't get a lot out of it. It was a lot of just like, do better, calm down.
I talked to a therapist for 5 times maybe.
Yeah.
I said no to him after he said, you might be having some narcissistic futures. I said, but I don't want to talk about that.
Oh, really?
And I said, oh, you're never going to see me again.
You don't think that was true?
I don't know. I got scared. I was like, I don't want to hear that.
That kind of just rubbed you the wrong way.
Yeah. I was like, can we not talk about it? I don't want to talk about it.
Do you think you're narcissistic?
No, I don't think so.
You don't strike me as someone that's narcissistic.
No, I don't think so. I think I was 23. I was going through an emotional thing in my life. And I think after 5 sessions, therapists can't be telling you that you have narcissistic futures. And he told me. And that was the one time that I used therapist actually in my life.
Yeah,
he was a man.
He was a man?
It was a man.
Did you not like that?
I liked that he was a man when I was 23. Any kind of emotional, like when someone would be like, oh, poor girl. Me, I would feel bad. I would like, don't call me poor girl. I'm not poor girl.
You don't want that sympathy. You want an answer. I didn't want
sympathy. And that's why I think I chose a man as a therapist too. That's what I thought.
That's probably why you chose James as a James and not a Veronica.
Right now I like sympathy towards me. And which I think is good because, I feel okay when someone feels bad, like about something that happened to me. I'm open to that. I'm like, yes, it's actually something bad happened, and it's good that you realize that. But before it wasn't like that.
I feel like I would love sympathy too. I think I would appreciate sympathy more than anything.
Yeah.
I feel like answers, I know the answer, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I generally know what the problem is that I have.
Mm-hmm.
I just want someone to be like, it's okay, you know?
Yeah, I want someone to be like, oh, no, it's not okay. That's happening to
Oh,
me.
really?
Yeah, I call that sympathy.
You want someone to reaffirm that you're being...
Sometimes, yes. Sometimes I'm crying. I don't want someone to be, it's okay. No, it's not okay. That's why I'm crying. If it was okay, I wouldn't be crying. I'm crying because it's not okay.
Really?
Yeah, and let me be not okay.
I feel like that makes sense. I feel like if I had a recent thing that got me a bit worked up, and I think the thing I needed to hear was, it's okay. Like, this is not that big a deal. You're going to be okay. That would have made me feel good in that moment. Yeah. But it sounds like that's not the case for you. You wanted to hear, yeah, fuck that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some validation.
Yeah. I want, yes.
But maybe it's because of the nature of what pissed me off and what pissed you off. What pissed me off was myself. I fucked up. I made a mistake. And when I made a mistake, I was like, I need sympathy. I need someone to tell me that it wasn't that big a deal.
Okay, yes.
But you, it sounds like maybe someone did something to you.
Yes.
Yeah. And you're like, fuck that.
It's different, yes.
Yeah, that is different.
Yeah. I like how people talk about forgiving others. That's that it's a good thing, like, to forgive someone. I really don't understand that. Like, it's not like I'm sitting every day thinking about that person, about how much I hate someone. No, it's just you don't forgive.
You don't forgive everybody?
Why is not okay? Why is it not okay not to forgive? Why is it a bad thing? Just be like, no, I don't forgive you. You've been bad to me. Why should I forgive you?
Yeah.
I don't.
I think it's fine to not forgive somebody.
Yeah. It's just not okay to think about it every day, which takes a lot of energy.
That takes a lot of energy.
Yeah,
that
course.
sucks. Because then you're thinking about that all the time.
Yeah.
And it's a big waste of time.
Yeah, that would be obsessive.
That would be shitty.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah. But not forgiving, yeah, of course. It's fine. You should forgive.
Yeah, that's good. What happened to you?
Recently?
Yeah.
Recently, everything is fine. That from the day that I moved to Austin, everything is so smooth and so good.
Yeah.
Really, yeah. I'm so good right now. I
Been
love
happy?
my life. Yes, I'm very happy.
That's good.
Yes.
Is it Austin or is it just...
It is Austin. It's me living by myself, which is good. Because in New York, I used to live with a roommate. I always had a roommate. You can't really afford good life.
In New York?
In New York, yes. But here I'm alone. I'm by myself. And I have a balcony. You have a yard, which is better, but I have a balcony. Yeah. I have trees.
It's very, that's Austin. There's a lot of space.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a lot of space. It's comedy, and it's people. People are nicer. Yeah, everything is fine. I think I'm
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad to hear that. Austin, you hear people move to Austin all the time, and a lot of them are like, this town, a bunch of people talk shit. They're like,
Really?
Yeah, people say bad things. And I'm like, well, I don't know. I think Austin's a great place, to be honest.
It's a great place, to be honest, yes.
It's maybe the comedy scene isn't as big as New York, but I think that's not what matters. What matters is the people. What matters is the space. It's cheaper. Like, this is a nice place, you know?
It is a nice place to be.
Yeah.
Yes. I feel home for the first time in my life in USA.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's good. How long were you in New York?
For 4 years. Maybe.
4 years. Damn.
Yeah. I was ready to leave New York any day. I'm out of here very soon.
Some things you didn't like about it?
Just didn't feel home. I don't know why. I just didn't. I'm here for a while.
You felt like a guest.
Yes, always. I think New York treats you as a guest. Yeah, but Austin, no. Austin's like, you're part of me now, which is very...
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You said you moved your win a couple months ago?
Are you touched by me?
Yeah, I was kind of touched by that.
I'm playing with your feelings today.
Yeah, a little bit.
A lot.
You're like, you got to suck dick. You got to do this.
You can only imagine what I do to ChatGPT.
I know, right? Yes. Just you furiously typing, like, what are you, gay? You don't want to suck a dick? ChatGPT's like, no, please. Like, come on, James, do it.
Imagine you're on an island, James.
Yeah, alone with a man. You're telling me you're not going to fuck that guy.
Yeah, with a different chat.
That's so funny. That is hilarious. No, but yeah, I feel the same about Austin. People are like, are you going to live here forever? And I think, yeah, I think this is a great place to live. I'm very happy.
Oh, you have Brazil too, where you can leave, no?
But I always don't feel, whenever I'm there, I never feel like I'm supposed to be there for a long time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm culturally like 90% American and then 10% Brazilian.
Okay.
Technically, I'm half and half. But how I act and the way I behave, I'm mostly American. I have that Brazilian side.
Okay.
That makes me a little different.
What is that side about?
Well, that's a good question. I would say things that I'm interested in is a big one. Like, I'm not really interested in sports or a lot of classic American things. I am interested in some other things. I think it's made me more worldly, like languages. I have some interest in that, but there are other things that I don't know. Like, there's the classic American guy I can't click with 100% because of that 10% that's Brazilian. You see what I'm saying here?
What is a classic American guy?
You know, like, hey, let's go to a bar and watch the game and have a beer and chill. That to me is like, I don't want to do that. That's not fun to me.
Huh.
That's not really my move.
But that's classic American.
That's could be classic American. A lot of places do that.
Yeah.
It really just comes down to sports. I just don't really like watching sports at all. I like soccer. I think soccer's fun.
Yeah, I was gonna say Brazilians are for.
I do love watching soccer, but I just never really like sports, like basketball, football. Again,
what's your favorite team in soccer?
Jeez, my favorite team.
Yeah.
I would have to say, so if I was talking World Cup, it's got to be Brazil.
Yeah. Well, okay.
But if I'm talking like teams, I don't really watch the league games that much, but if I'm going to pick one, it would be like Manchester United.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Oh, my ex-husband liked Manchester United.
You were married?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. And she falls apart right after she says yes.
So funny. So funny, I know.
Why is it funny?
Because I'd be telling random stuff about my life, and it's always so shocking to people because so many things I feel like it happens to me, and it happened to me. And I tell these things, and people are like, she's like, it feels like a hit, you know, like I'm hitting. Punching people, yeah, when I say stuff. Yes, I've been married.
Well, based on everything you told me about your life, I couldn't imagine a marriage in there. That's what's interesting about that.
Okay. What?
Because you said Azerbaijan, you said Iowa.
Yeah, I was married to Azerbaijan.
Oh, so you were married in Azerbaijan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lasted a year.
A year? How did it end? Do you not want to talk about it? We don't have to.
There's nothing that I can't talk about.
Okay.
That's a weird thing about me. Like, I don't feel like I can talk about something. It's never a thing. Like,
okay.
I can talk about anything.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't have any emotional
you have no ego.
No emotional attachment to that thing.
She's like, I'm a girl. I have no ego.
Is that bad?
No, I think it's fine. It makes for a great podcast, I can tell you what.
Yeah, you can talk about anything. Why not?
Yeah. So you were married for a year. What happened?
Oh man, I really don't know what happened. I don't know how I think I used to say that I married because that guy insisted.
Oh, really?
Yeah, kinda. I was like, how can I be? I thought it would be rude if I say no.
Wow.
I was 23
Mm.
when I got married. So yeah.
It's the same time you went to the therapist.
Yes.
Ah.
You're very
Connecting
careful.
dots.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was it about that?
Yes.
Ah.
During that.
Ah.
Yes.
So then you felt locked in.
Yeah, I kind of did. The guy is nice. Okay, I'm not gonna talk about
Sure.
talk shit about the men.
I'm not asking
because
you to.
I love men. I respect men.
Look in the camera. I love men. Okay.
I love men. Where's the camera?
It's right there. The phone. But
I don't say that. Okay. Yeah, I do love men. I love the guy, and I think if you love someone, even for a little while, you always love that person, no matter what happens
Sure.
in your life.
Yeah.
Because you loved that guy. It means there's something in you towards that person.
So can I ask you a question real
Yeah.
quick?
Yeah.
Did you already win the lottery on the passport before or after?
I did. He knew he didn't want to be here, I think. It was like, I think we got separated because of that lottery. Because he wanted me to stay
Really?
there. Yeah, I didn't.
And you didn't want to?
I didn't want to. He was scared to be here, I think. So I might be wrong. He might be as well. Like, I don't want to be with you
This
anymore.
is all making sense.
Yeah.
Future thinking.
Yeah.
He wasn't thinking about the future.
He didn't really want to.
Yeah.
I think he thought it's going to be hard for him to be here, although he lived here for a while. Yeah, he didn't want to be here. And that's how we got separated. But I think he just wanted to fuck around a little more.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, they got back with their ex, like his ex, and I think he was having a great time after we broke up. So I'm very happy about it. I wasn't back then, but I'm happy now. So yeah, I think he was just like, oh, I don't want to leave in USA.
Got it. Interesting.
USA is always a problem in my relationships.
Really?
They don't want to move to USA. They don't want to leave in USA. They want to stay there. And I'm like, well, can we go to USA? And they're like, no.
But it sounds like you really want to go to. That's the thing.
I want to go to USA?
Yeah.
It's my home.
USA?
Yeah. I love USA.
You feel more attachment to the USA than you do to Azerbaijan.
Azerbaijan is my home too, but it's more like it's from the past, you know? I love that place, but it's in the past. It's not my right now.
This is your future.
Not future, but for now, it is my place. That's how I feel. That for now, I should be here.
Oh, that's fascinating.
Yes. But Azerbaijan is in the past. I can't be attached to my past that
Yeah.
way. Yes, it was nice. I felt nice, but it's in the past. You know, it's not my right now. I can visit. Yes, it's nice visiting, but my now is a different thing because I am a different person now.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I let go easily. I do.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool to know that. To just feel it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes. Yeah.
What's Mina doing over there?
Future maybe.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be in Afghanistan in the future. I don't know. It's,
Probably not.
I see.
Have you ever
I
been?
don't know. No, I would love to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to be in those countries.
Yeah, it would be kind of cool to go to
We
Afghanistan.
would
I'm not
probably
gonna lie.
be dead.
Me?
We
Oh, everybody? Yeah. Probably.
yeah.
But I think it'd be cool though.
It would be.
Be a cool way to go.
Yeah.
But that's interesting to have that feeling, to just know in your soul, like, this is the place.
Honored to be right now. Yes.
Did you feel that before you won the lottery?
I was a little kid when I told my mom I'll be living in USA. I would become an actress and I'll be living in USA.
Oh, wow.
Yes. I remember that day. They were laughing at me. They were like, yeah, sure. I was a little kid back then when I told them. Yeah. I don't know how it happened. I think I always knew. I don't know.
Something in you.
Maybe it's not our first life.
Yeah. Well, I remember being a kid too, and I was always like, yeah, I want to be a comedian.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
When I was a very young kid, I was like, 10, 12, 13, I always was like, I would love to be a comedian. And my parents were like, no, don't do it.
Really?
Yeah, they really were like, that's a terrible job.
What did they want you to become a doctor?
Anything that made money, really, was kind of the parents' move. And so they were like going to real estate because they would do real estate. So that's how I got into mortgage.
Oh, yeah.
But by the time I turned 30, I was like, I can't just not do what I've always thought I was going to do. I have to try it. You know, I have to give it a shot.
Yeah. Parents are always afraid that you're going to quit your job.
That's the thing.
Unrealistic.
I think that, parents are always going to do the safest route for their kids.
Yeah.
They want the safest route.
Yes.
So anything risky, they're like, no, don't do that.
You're going to die.
But yes. But at some point, you just got to say, fuck you. And you got to do it.
Not to your parents, though.
No, not to your parents, but to the ideology.
Yeah, as a Muslim girl, I should have corrected you on that.
Yeah. Well, my parents live right down the street. You know that?
Really? You can go see them.
They live literally a block that way.
Will you introduce me?
Yeah.
Okay.
They, when I first got out of college, I was working at a building over there. Mm-hmm. And they were like, you're making money, go buy a house. And so I was like, all right, I'll buy a house here. And then I would just walk to work.
Really?
Yeah.
So you walk to work, right?
Yeah. I did when I first started. Now I have a different job.
Oh, okay.
But
Nice.
that's how this all happened. That was like 6 years ago.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
You made good decisions back then.
I guess so.
Good. You're good at making decisions.
I hope. I hope. I mean, going into comedy is a crazy decision to make, but yeah.
I always tell that about myself. I'm very picky in everything.
Yeah.
I always pick the worst things. Like that's I don't know how that works. Like when you say I'm picky, right? You kind of think that, oh, she's picky. She probably picks the best things in life. And I always pick the worst things in life. And I'm still picky. I am picky.
So you think you're a bad decision maker?
I make bad decisions.
Really?
Man, I really do.
Well, you're in the United States. You're in Austin. That doesn't seem like a bad decision, as far as you know. Did you miss something? Did you make a decision at some point that you were like, "Ooh, that was a bad one"?
I don't know. It feels like I'm always choosing the worst between the possible good ways of stuff. Things happening to me. I had a good life in Baku too.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good life. And
is your family rich?
I wouldn't say rich. It was better than here for me, and in everything, in professional wise and everything, it was working good. A few more years there, I would be something probably. I don't know. I think
you don't know though.
I don't know. But
I'm sorry, I have to pee so bad. I have to go.
Go ahead.
I'll be right back. If you need to go too.
No, I'm okay. Feels better?
Yes. I drank a lot of water. Right. You were saying you were going to be something in Baku.
I don't know. It felt like it.
Yeah.
It felt like I just ran from it. Ooh, sometimes I feel like it.
Well, usually that feeling means that there's something better going on somewhere else.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah.
See, I'm on a podcast.
Yeah, you're on. Couldn't have done that in Baku.
No way.
Probably could have.
No. the thing that I'm here is also funny. It's funny to me because I have friends now. They're comedians. Okay. And I told them, oh, I'm going to be on a podcast. They're like, this is so great. I wish someone invited me to a podcast. It feels so unfair.
Oh, really? Well,
Because they probably look at me like, you bitch, why?
that's
Where are you going?
And you've been doing it like 2 months? They're like,
Yes,
oh,
they're like,
fucking...
yeah, exactly. They're like, fucking, who invited me? Why?
That's funny. Well, you were interesting. That's why. You were interesting. We had a good talk. I was like, this is an interesting person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we were talking about death for 10 minutes.
We were talking about death. We were talking about Azerbaijan. I was trying to speak in Russian for a bit.
Yeah, I was impressed.
Yeah. What else were we talking about?
Pizza. And women and men.
Women and
also,
men again. Yeah.
You asked me what I look for.
Yeah. That seems to be a common theme in your life. I saw your Instagram story. I was actually fucking dying. You took a photo of an air conditioner unit that said Goodman on it, and you were like, yeah, where? I was like, yo, that's funny.
That was funny. Good man. Where?
Yeah, that's funny, dude. That was good. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, I just hope that men don't think I hate men.
No. I think it's healthy for women to shit on men a little bit and kind of give us a little bit of flack. But some women go too far though.
Some women go too far.
Some women are just like, I hate men, fuck men, they suck, they're evil, they're terrible.
Oh.
I've never gotten that impression from you.
Oh, no, I don't think.
Yes. So far, your impression has been, I think it's interesting that men do this.
Yeah,
and
it's
a
funny.
silly thing that they do.
Yes.
But I do love men, and I think there's a benefit to them and how they do and operate, which is
Definitely.
good. I like that.
Okay.
But some people are like, fuck men, I hate them, they suck, and everything they do is terrible. That's not good. Same thing with women. I think it's important for men to give women a little bit of shit and be like, I think it's dumb that girls do this. I think it's dumb that girls do that. But we love women. We think women are great. It's just fun to kind of, feel like it's interesting that you do that, and I think it's funny.
Yeah. Yeah, one man told me I look like a refugee, the way I dress.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, this is my very friend. Comedian told me, you look like a refugee.
That's so wild.
And I told another comedian that, this guy told me I look like a refugee. He said, I don't know how you look, but you sound like a refugee.
You definitely have a...
I let them to say things to me like that,
Yeah. That is kind of funny, though.
Yeah.
Because you do have like a timid voice, like you escaped a war-torn country. You have a voice of like, and then the bombs started to fall on my village.
It's like, it's like a few more minutes and I'm going to start talking about that, right?
Yeah.
I have that energy, yes.
Just like my whole family was exploded.
Yes, yes.
And I had no choice but to come to America.
Yeah.
I came here in rags with nothing.
Yeah.
And everyone's like,
That's so
oh, what? That's crazy.
Yeah. You would like me to tell that story.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you?
That'd be interesting. But
Yeah.
you're like, no, I had a very happy life in Azerbaijan.
Yeah.
Everything was great. We were doing great.
That's
People were happy.
disappointing.
No, it's not disappointing. It's just not what you would expect. I think Americans have definitely just are always thinking the worst of every situation of anyone that lives in a different country.
Yeah.
That's actually something we did mention outside the bar the other day. Was America is kind of a third world country, and we don't.
Did I say that?
Yeah. No,
Can
don't.
we cut this?
No, that thing,
Please.
dude. No, what are they gonna cut your visa?
I haven't got a passport yet. So.
Ah,
No, I
you'll
think
be
America
fine.
is the best country.
Dang,
I
into the
love
mics.
America.
She thinks America's awesome. This
I think
look,
that, yes.
America is awesome.
God
But when
bless.
you go to downtown 6th Street, it looks like a giant piece of poop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
I said it first. You can agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am agreeing with an American.
Yes.
Yes.
Will they get you in trouble for talking shit? Is that a thing?
I I'm supportive of an American. Whatever you say, I'm gonna do. And
Now I feel
support.
like I got a gun to your head. Look, downtown 6th Street is gross, okay?
Yeah.
She just said she feels at home.
I didn't say on 6th Street.
Yeah, it's true. Definitely not 6th Street.
No, I'm afraid to walk alone there.
Yeah.
I always need someone by
I'm
my
afraid.
side. Yeah,
Yeah.
you are afraid.
I'm afraid.
Yeah.
'Cause-
I can understand that
Yeah.
completely.
I'm not a fighter, man. When I see I had a homeless guy walking in my path, like getting up on me
Yeah.
in front of me, and I backed up and I was like, "Do we have an issue? Like, is there a problem?" And he was just so gone on drugs, he didn't
Yes.
even notice me. He just kept kind of waddling around.
I can't believe that people on drugs are walking among other people in here. It's always a fascinating thing to me.
That is interesting. You
That
think
kind
you
of
would want to
people-
be somewhere else?
They're in the hospitals and mental institutions or somewhere like that. I don't see these kind of people walking around in Baku. But here, anyone can be on pills or stuff and walking towards you, and you never know what to expect. That is frightening thing, like to live with. You're like, yeah, and you got used to it.
Yeah.
Which, of course, like, what can you do? It's happening, right?
It's desensitizing.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, but it's happening.
It's weird when I always, Louis C.K. I always thinking of this bit that he had the other day when I was walking downtown. There's a guy with no shirt on, no pants on, just laying in the street, and I walked right by it. And he has this joke he does where he goes, "We took our niece who lives in Iowa to New York City." Yeah.
Okay.
And she gets off the bus and she's in New York City for the first time. And on the bus stop, when she gets out with her suitcases, there's a guy on the floor, homeless, just like passed out. And she goes, "Oh my God." And she's trying to help him, like, how do we help? Like, we got to get an ambulance. How do we help? And they're like, no, don't touch him. Stop. This is normal.
Yeah.
And they had to pull this girl away, and her reaction was normal, and it's how people should react.
Yes.
But
Oh, you know, in New York, what they do is they just, it's not like they're just laying there. The guy was jerking off in the middle of the street.
oh
He
wow,
was naked. He was on the floor and doing this. And
just jerking off.
just people, walking, passing him.
People cheering him on.
Yeah.
You're almost there, buddy.
Yes. I was talking to my mom when I was walking. I showed her. I turned the camera towards that.
Oh, and you were like,
She was
New York.
She said, "It's not real, right?" I said, "It is real. It is happening." She said, "No, it can't be real." I said, "It is." And I'm gonna watch this. Right? I'm gonna stand here and watch that guy jerk off.
"It is real, Ma," and I'm gonna watch.
Yeah. I'm not gonna move from here.
I'm on the bus with this guy.
I need to see him finish. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I was standing there. He did.
Yeah, that's so crazy. I've never seen a guy jerking off on the street. Never seen that.
Yeah.
I've seen someone peeing, someone pooping. I've seen a girl naked, like a homeless woman naked. That's weird.
People burn in the subways in New York. New York is not a real place.
Yeah.
It is a different kind of place.
I've seen that in Seattle.
Yeah.
I saw people doing heroin in the street in Seattle, and I
Yeah.
was like, okay, that's interesting. But in New York, when I was there, I was younger, so I never saw anyone do anything crazy. But
It felt like I'm in a mental hospital.
yeah,
I was living in New York, really. And they say you build your own life or something like image of life. I don't know why I built that life for myself for a while. Because I was wondering. I was like, why do I have to live in a mental hospital right now?
I can tell you what it was.
What was it?
I learned a lot about you over the last 2 hours.
Okay.
Here's what happened. Since you were a kid, you were longing to go to the United States. And the beacon that shines across the world that is the United States is New York.
Okay.
Everybody loves New York. Everyone thinks of New York as the height of Americanism.
Okay.
So you showed up there in your naivete, because you were younger and you were like America, but when you got there, you realized you want America, but just not that America. So then you moved somewhere else that was a little bit better.
Yes.
And that, I think, is the arc. You know what I mean? You took a big swing in the right direction, but it was the wrong place. You just had to adjust slightly, and now you're in the right place.
Okay. If you ask me a question after that, you will sound like a ChatGPT.
Really?
Yeah, ask me a question.
Did that sound correct?
Good. No,
Do you resonate with that?
yeah. Oh, wow.
That sounded like ChatGPT, didn't
you
it?
do sound like ChatGPT.
Call me James. Did you resonate with that analysis?
I did. I did. Yes. I got married in New York, and then we moved back. I got married in New York.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There was a black guy reading something like when we were getting married, and he asked my ex-husband twice, "Are you sure you want to get married?" And he said, "Yes." He said, "Are you sure, man?" I was like, "What's wrong with me? You just don't like white people." My ex-husband kind of is dark. He's dark skinned. Maybe he just didn't like me. Yeah, I don't know. He asked
I didn't know
me
you got
twice.
married in New York.
Yeah, I got
So
married
you
in
met
New
him
York.
in New York?
No.
Ah.
There, we just got married in New York.
So you met him
It
in
was fun.
Azerbaijan.
Yeah.
You went to New York.
Yeah.
He came with you.
Yeah.
And then you guys lived there for a bit.
No, we didn't leave. We just came there to get married and went back.
Oh, why?
You know, like, it's
Was that
fun.
your idea?
Fun thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. We traveled a bit.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And then you wanted to stay.
Yeah. I knew I was gonna move to New York.
Yeah.
To leave here, to United States. I knew because I had a green card already. So
Right.
I'm not gonna waste it, right? I need to do something about it. So I knew. I think he thought the ego thing. He thought that I'm gonna be fuck this green card. I'm gonna stay with you for the rest of my life.
Dominating.
Yes. And I was like, no, fuck you. I'm gonna move to United
I'm going to do what I want to
States.
do.
Yes, but that wasn't about ego for me.
Well, it sounds like it could not have been an ego. It could just be that he had a different vision of his life and you have a different vision of yours. You guys were out of sync.
Yes, but never thinks. Thinks. Yes. Am I saying it right? Always, like, people have different view of life. Always. You have to compromise. No? Isn't it what love is about?
I agree, but I think a compromise of geography that different is pretty tough. Compromising one, and I'm sorry to be, in your business, but I mean,
Yeah, no, you're right.
but I mean, like, if he's saying I want to live in Azerbaijan and you're saying I want to live in New York, that's a huge gap.
Difference, yes.
There's a big difference there.
Yeah.
That leads to a break. You can't compromise and say, "Oh, fine, we'll live in Spain." You can't do that.
No,
Yeah,
you can't do that.
you got to be one person wants one thing and the other person wants another.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can't bridge a gap.
No, I like looking at you from
I know, I could tell.
this way. This is so funny.
Yeah, it looks like you have no eyebrows when you do it, though.
Yeah. Good. Do I look good without eyebrows?
No.
Do I no? Do I look less Iranian without eyebrows?
You look more a refugee with no eyebrows.
More refugee.
Yeah.
Refugee with a cancer
Yeah, kind of. In like a wig.
and a wig.
In a wig. Yeah, something like that. Something like that. See, like right there is better because I got eyebrow and eye.
How can I see your whole face through this and you don't even see my eyebrows?
It's literally perfect. Like this is just blocking your eyebrow perfect.
Wow, maybe you have a smaller head. But I can see your nose, eyebrows, and eyes, and
Because I don't have to do something like.
I still can see half of your
perfect.
face.
It's not perfect. It's not perfect.
Have you ever made two ChatGPTs talk to each other?
No, have you done that?
So much fun.
Really?
So much fun. You should try it. You have 4 computers. You can make 4 ChatGPTs talk to each other.
I could do it, I guess. You know.
Try it once.
Yeah, is it just?
It's like a podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They just keep going back and forth?
Yeah, they keep asking each other questions, which is so funny.
Well, you got me interested about the therapy thing. I do kind of want to ask GPT about therapy and be like, therapize me. Like, let's see what you can do.
Yeah.
I think that would be interesting. I've always been interested in therapy, and I thought it would be helpful to me. But I've never actually considered spending money to do it.
It's like spending money on drugs. It seems pointless.
A little bit.
A little, right?
To me, spending money on drugs is pointless.
Yes, for me too.
Do you smoke weed at all?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
No, I don't like weed.
Yeah. Do you drink? You drink.
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes.
It seems like a waste of money to me as well.
Yes, me too. I like when people buy me drinks.
That must be nice.
Yeah, it is nice.
Must be great. Nobody ever buys me shit.
But you don't drink. You don't like to drink.
Oh, I love drinking. I just don't like spending money on it. Mm-hmm. If I do spend money on alcohol, it's usually liquor.
Oh yeah.
Because
yeah.
I think it's.
You like vodka and liquor.
Yeah, I think because it's quicker. You get the drunk feeling fast. I don't really like drinking beer because beer, it just takes forever to get drunk.
See, I don't want to get drunk when I drink.
Really?
I hate to get drunk.
I want to get a little buzz. I like getting that little bit of a, ooh,
Yeah.
I'm in the pocket, I'm feeling good.
I like the feeling that I get of wine, like when I drink wine. It's so cozy. It's so nice.
Yeah.
Just one glass of wine and I feel perfect. And that's enough, actually.
Yeah.
Just to have one glass of wine, it's perfect.
I think wine is... I don't even explain it. Wine is a different type of drunk, though. You get drunk different off wine. It's a little bit more sentimental. You get more in your feels. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You kind of get more feely.
Yes, you're right. You're right. Yes, it is emotional.
It's more emotional. That's the word.
It
It's
is.
definitely more emotional.
Definitely, yes.
Yes.
Yes. No, you shouldn't drink wine when you're on your period, for example. That's for sure. Because no, that's true.
Really?
You cry a lot.
You
yes.
cry a lot more? Do you cry when you drink wine?
No, not right now. Not right now. Right now because I feel good.
Right.
Yeah, but if you feel bad and if you drink wine to that, you'll be crying. I'll be crying. It's all about me. I don't want to talk about people. I think I'm just weak.
The worst is drinking wine with my family because then they all get cry and we all are like, "Oh my god, I love you guys."
No way, really.
I can think of every time that we've ever all drank wine, we're always like, oh, "This family is so amazing." Like we always get into that kind of feeling.
That's so very cute.
No,
nice.
it's cute, but like outside looking in, it's like, all right. But when it's happening, it's like, okay, I love you guys. Like, it's great.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah, my uncles do that when they get drunk.
Oh, yeah?
They start being so annoying. I love you, okay? Can you tell me that when you're not drunk? No, I love you so much. Just drunk man. Like after 40s, just, please.
Yeah.
No, I can't tolerate.
But I don't get that way on vodka or liquor or anything like that. I get I just get movie, I get happy, I get silly, I talk more.
Yeah, they drink only vodka there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's vodka always. All
Vodka
around.
only.
Vodka, yes.
You don't like vodka?
I don't understand vodka. It's like, what is this? Why do you even drink it? You can't really enjoy it.
It's the perfect mixer.
They just, it's like a shot, right?
Right.
Do you?
Well, they're shooting vodka.
Yeah, exactly. I want to enjoy my drink more than I want to get drunk. I want to enjoy the sip. I want it to be a nice conversation. I want to have a good time while doing it. I love to cook when I, drink the wine and stuff. I enjoy the process.
Yeah.
I don't want to be drunk. I don't drink it because I want to be drunk. And vodka is for people who want to be drunk or shots. Like, what is this? Is this a pill you take?
I completely agree with you.
Yeah.
I worked at a Russian restaurant for like a year. And what they would do is every 2 hours, they would make everyone take a shot.
Yeah, I know.
And That is not how I like drinking. I hate that because that's too much.
Yeah.
That's just like, no. We're getting drunk. That's what that is.
Yeah.
I like to be like, I got a drink. I'm sipping it.
Yes.
I'm moving around. I'm talking. I'm having a good time. And I got a buzz. That's what I like. I don't really like shots because shots is like, everyone get together. We're getting drunk right now. I'm not a big fan of that.
Yeah,
I won't lie.
Yeah.
But it is good to take a shot with a group of people and then go out.
Yeah.
That is kind of a good move.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. I said to the last thing. I don't agree with that. I said automatically.
You don't
shots
agree
you
with the
take
shot.
with friends and to go out. I don't agree.
Not a fan of that.
That's
Just one. No. What's your go-to drink other than wine?
When I'm with my friends, it's always so much fun that I don't really need to get drunk at all. Like when I'm with my close friends.
I agree with that.
So much fun without it too. It's just I don't need to be drunk.
Are any of them in America?
Very close ones? No. Which is what I'm missing. I still make friends. I'm very friendly. I talk to people. Yes, but to say that it's close friends, I don't have that relationship here. Yeah, we have a different kind of sharing level in Baku, like in Azerbaijan, even if it's a friendship.
What do you mean?
It's everything that I have is yours. Everything that you have is mine.
Is that you don't feel that case?
I don't feel it here. No.
Oh,
no.
interesting.
Not in any kind of relationship. I don't feel it. Yeah, I'm not saying it's a bad or good thing at all. Really, I'm not naming or giving it, any of that. But it's just different.
It's different.
The way I feel it. Yes. Yeah. It's here. It's like no. This is no kind of a thing.
Yeah.
There we don't have.
It's like this is my stuff.
Yes.
Don't take advantage of me.
Yeah. There it's take anything you want, kind of a.
Do you feel like some people take too much? Do people abuse it?
There?
Yeah.
No.
You don't think so?
No.
I think that's always the fear here is someone's going to abuse it.
Yeah. I think so too. Yeah, I don't know, but without that, you also feel always a bit lonely. I don't know. I think Americans are a bit lonely. I don't know. I get that feeling. Maybe I'm wrong. You don't have that deep connection kind of a thing with people. You're always a little by yourself.
You're always a little standoffish.
Yes.
Yeah.
There you don't feel that you're by yourself. Never.
I would agree with you. Like I think Americans in general have a bit of a loneliness in them.
They do. Maybe it's a good thing. Maybe.
So I had a theory. You. I had a theory with my grandfather, my uncle. So my uncle's Brazilian.
Yeah.
And we were talking about individualism of Americans, like why Americans are usually more independent and all that. Mm-hmm. And he goes, it just seems like in Brazil, it's a lot like there. Like we give, everybody gives. It's a very giving country.
Yes.
You stay with your family and you are connected.
Yes.
And you're always with your family. But in America, it seems it's almost embarrassing if you're too attached to your family.
Yes.
It's like, why are you like that?
Yeah.
And that's something, I said I was 10% Brazilian. That's another piece of me that I have that 10%. I'm very close with my family.
Yeah. I like the idea that they live close to you.
I love my family. My family's great.
Yes.
But people shame me for that sometimes. They're like, oh, you live near your family? What the hell? Yeah. It's a very American thing to be like, no. You need to be away from them.
For some reason.
You need to do your own thing and never get help from your family.
Yeah.
Because I think that has to do with the culture of America. The culture of America is do it yourself.
Yes.
Figure it out.
Yes.
You're here, do it yourself.
That's why people have anxiety here. Every second person.
Because everyone has to do it themselves.
Yeah, there's so much pressure on do it yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. Eventually you are going to do it by yourself, but why there's so much pressure? Like if I tell my parents now that I don't want to do anything and I want to come to your place and live there, they'll be like, of course, you're our baby. Do whatever you want. Like, there's never a pressure like, oh, you're eating, go out of my apartment.
Get out of my house.
No, never.
Yeah.
Never any that kind of conversation. Whatever you want to do. You want to go there? Okay, good. No matter what, they're supportive. They're like, don't even think about it.
Yeah.
We're always here. And yeah, that's good because you feel support, you know? And I'm looking for that support in everything, in friendships and in relationships and stuff. And when I don't find it, I don't call that close, because that's close for me when there's always a support. But when I don't find it, when it's do it yourself doesn't feel like support.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel close. It just gives you anxiety. Do it yourself thing. So yeah.
I see it.
Yeah.
I agree with it. I think that's probably the biggest flaw, but it's also the reason why we have a lot of successful people that live here.
Absolutely.
I think that it definitely drives a massive amount of success.
Yes, I totally agree with that. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
But it also is kind of why people here are colder, though.
Colder. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I think that also drives into like capitalism and all that. It's just like companies are just take everything you can all time, never think about anybody else. That kind of drives that culture too.
Yes, yes.
Which is not great.
Yeah, but I don't think that Americans are cold, you know, really.
Well,
my sister talks about Germans, that she said they're cold.
Germans are cold.
Yeah. That's what she says, yeah. Americans are very nice.
We're nice, but I think we're nice sometimes in a superficial way.
Yeah.
You think so? I'm sure you felt it. Where sometimes people are nice and it's like, are you being nice because you're nice, or are you just being nice because that's the nice thing to do?
Really?
I think that's a thing.
I don't know, man. Now I feel like I'm tricked by Americans.
Well,
I'm being lied to.
I think sometimes yes.
Oh no!
I think sometimes
really want
yes.
something from me. I can't believe that.
I think sometimes Americans can be very nice, but they're not actually nice. They're just being nice because it's the nice thing to do. That's sometimes, not all the time. I do think that we are nicer than most people.
Yes.
But I do think that we're too good at it.
At being nice.
At being nice. We're very good at it because we all know how to be nice.
Is white smile is a thing? Is it white smile or a fake smile, or what do you call it?
Fake smile.
Is it fake smile?
Yeah. Is white smile a thing in Azerbaijan? Do you guys call it white smile?
No, we don't smile.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, people here, if you see someone on the street, you go, hey, and you smile at them, and it's the nice thing to do.
There, if you do that to someone, they would come up to you and say, what's wrong with you?
Yeah. Yeah, see, that's not the case here. And there's a funny joke, too, about people from the south of the United States and people from the north. Because in New York, it's not quite like that either. New York is very cold, but probably still warmer than Azerbaijan, I would assume.
Or Moscow, yes.
Yes. Oh, especially Moscow.
Yes.
But they say from New York and people from the north, they act meaner, but they're nicer. They're nicer people, but they act meaner. But people from the south, they act nicer, but they are meaner people. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So.
Huh.
And that's because you're in the south. In the south, a lot of people are like, yeah, just be nice to everybody.
I think in the south, people act and seem meaner, but they're nicer. I think in New York, people want to seem nice, but they're actually meaner.
Okay.
I went to HEB. I think it was months ago, and I took the wrong card with me. Sometimes I do have a bunch of, and 2 of them are red, and I took the wrong red card, and I didn't have money on that one. And I went to HEB, and I realized that when I was at the cashier, and I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. It's my bad. I'm just going to leave this here, but I'm sorry. I took the wrong card. There was a man, like old man, standing behind me. He was like, it's okay, I'll pay. It was like around $60 or $70. I said, no, you don't need to do this. And he was like, no, it's okay.
At HEB?
I said, yes. I said, it was yes. And I was like, sir, it's not a prank. No one's filming you. No one's gonna give you $1,000 after this. You don't have to do it for me.
And he did it?
He laughed. He said, I'm not doing it because I think I'm pranked. It's okay, he said. And, you know, he was so nice. And I was like, okay. I waited for him in front of HEB. When he went out, I said, can I send you money by Zelle, or I can send you this money? He said, no, darling, it's fine. Just be careful. It's 9 p.m. He saw me walking.
He was an older man?
He was an older man. He said, just be careful. It's 9 p.m.
See,
that's what happened.
So I can, let me break that all down. So an older Texas man, I'm assuming, that is 100% I would expect an older Texas man to do that. For sure. But that's that Southern hospitality. That's a Southern man being like, let me take care of this girl who's in a moment of stress. But I can guarantee you, if I was you in that situation, that guy would be like, look at this fucking dumbass. He would have never done that to a guy. I can almost guarantee you.
I think he thought I'm homeless.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think so.
Oh.
I don't know.
You think he heard your accent too?
Why would he? Yeah.
He's like, oh, she's a refugee.
Yeah. Why would he say, be careful? Like, be careful around where I'm in front of HEB. But still, it's nice of him to do that. You know, it's $60 or $70. I bought sushi.
Oh my God.
It's too much for
He's
a
like,
homeless
this homeless lady has taste.
Yes.
This homeless lady knows what's good, dude.
Yeah. I was shocked.
You got
really.
Candles and like Pampers and toilet paper.
There were some extraordinary stuff there, but still, like, why would you pay? He paid.
That's so funny. Yeah, that's Texas. That's for sure a Texas thing.
Yeah. He didn't seem nice. He didn't smile at me. You know, he wasn't like, oh, honey. No, he wasn't talking to me like that.
It was a service.
Yeah. He was like, all right, no, you're all right, darling. Just be careful.
Yeah.
That's what he said. He said, no, I don't need that.
Yeah, that's a very Texas move for sure. But I don't know. I have a little problem with it though.
What is it?
So the problem I have with it is that, to me, that's ego.
That's good ego.
Yes, but also no. I think okay, I'm going to sound crazy, but I'm going to try my best, okay?
That's why I said ego is good, because I was thinking about that kind of stuff when talking about men. That sometimes having an ego is a good thing.
Sure. This is so back to the men ego thing.
Okay.
This is a man who grew up his whole life with another, like a father figure, who was like, when there's ever a girl in need, you go out there and you take care of that girl and you make sure that she's good.
Your accent is so funny.
Yeah, that's what he, and so he grew up and and you're right, it is a good thing that he did that.
Yeah.
But I also hate it because he was operating under the assumption of, here's a girl that wouldn't be okay without me helping her. And I think that there's a foundation to that I kind of hate. Don't you see?
No, my grandpa was always like that.
Oh, really?
Helping people. I loved him so very much. I thought he's the most kind man in the world. He would help anyone in need. Yes, and I find that to be a very good side of an ego. If you have an ego, let that be like that. It's a good side of.
I guess
ego.
that's a good side of an ego. Look,
yeah.
And I don't want to take away. Maybe the guy would have done that for me.
Maybe he helped.
He could have done that for me.
Maybe
he could have, and I won't take that away from him.
Yeah.
Fine, I'll take the L.
Okay.
But there are guys out there who are like, oh, it's a girl in distress. Let me help her.
Man, you're a good man.
Yeah, but he
If
would
you
never
think so.
do that to a man.
I don't care. I'm
You
not
don't
a
care?
man.
Oh,
I'm a girl.
well, if that's
All that
yeah.
I care is if you.
If that's
would
the
help a
argument,
girl.
then whatever. All right.
Why would I care about men?
No, if that's what you have to say, then fine. That's cool. Everything I said is out the window. If that's the way it is, then sure. All right.
Yeah, of course.
You're like, yeah, but who cares about men?
Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
Well, yeah.
I'm a woman. Like, you would never do that to a man, okay?
Yeah, all right. Yeah. No, I mean, if that's truly the answer, then yeah, okay. That's cool.
Oh, God.
If you made the argument like, oh, no, he would have done that to a man, I would have to keep going. But if you're going to admit to it, then yeah, I guess that is a good thing. Okay,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he would help a man.
Exactly.
I'm not sure. He might have helped. I don't. Maybe he would. Maybe he would.
but I really doubt it. I just think that guys like that it's a good thing. You're right. It is good. But there's a piece of that is, here's a girl that doesn't know any better, and I'm just going to save her life right now. Mm-hmm. And I hate that because it's basically he's putting you down. I don't know. I feel so shitty saying this.
I don't feel put down when a man helps me. I feel good when a man helps me.
Really?
Yes, I feel perfectly fine when a man helps me. My brother always helps me.
Yeah.
And I'm so... Yes, I make him help me.
But does it feel good?
It.
But does it feel good if he's only helping you because you're a girl?
I don't care.
You don't care.
As
Okay,
long
well
as
then
you
we're
help
here.
me.
Yeah.
Why would I care? And yes, it's not. It's not a bad thing to have to be helped. Yeah, I think you refusing that is also about your ego. Like,
I wouldn't refuse it. I wouldn't refuse it.
You think if someone helps me, that should offend me somehow, but that doesn't. I view it as a good thing. I'm like, wow, this is very nice of you to do that.
This is so interesting because maybe it is a problem with me, but if I was in line and that guy paid for my groceries, I would have done what you would have done. I would have said, seriously, let me pay.
Yes.
I really would have pushed it.
Yeah.
And then afterward, I would have been like, let me Venmo you, like, for real. I would have really pushed it.
Yes.
But then if he kept going, I would have been like, fine, I guess I'm getting my groceries paid for.
Okay.
I would have been okay with it.
Okay. Yes.
But maybe it is my own assumption that he did it because you're a girl that is actually a reflection of me. Could be. But I don't know. Something about that bothers me. I think it's because I do know guys who would just do it to girls. And to me, it's like, you're not doing it because you're a nice person. You're doing it because you want to have sex. You know what I mean? But it feels like that wasn't his intention here. Exactly.
No, he didn't care.
He didn't care.
No. He let me go. He
Right.
was just like, just be careful.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's good.
Yes.
That's a good thing to do.
Yes. I agree.
I guess it can be so easily twisted. That's why.
It can be.
Yeah.
It can be. That's what I'm afraid of, That's what a lot of women here are afraid of. Like, if someone's helping you, if a man helps you, let's say in Azerbaijan, that he is in the family, when he grows up, he's taught, be kind to him. If you see a woman in it, help. It feels like you're a gentleman. You need to behave that way. There's no other way you can behave towards women, I'm not talking about all men. Some men are aggressive, and because that's also a power, as you write about that. It's a big ego. You feel the power. You think that you can do anything to that woman because you're helping, like everything is on you. You have the power to do anything to that woman. Not all men are like that, but there are some men. But I know like how my brother is raised, in my family. It's always asking us if we need something from him, and if he's always ready to do something for us, and he feels good about it, and he would do everything for another woman, let's say he likes, and all other women, not because he wants to have sex with those women.
Because it's the right thing to do.
Yes, because it's the right thing to do.
Right.
Yeah. And there, sex is not so available as it's available in USA. It's not like you're going to have sex with any woman that talks to you. You know that's not going to happen.
Right.
You don't view that as an option, like right away.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, no, it's not going to happen. Someone is just being nice to me because he needs to be that way. It's the way their parents taught him to be. But here, I don't know. And that's why you always...
But with that old man, it seemed like you knew.
With that old man,
you knew.
He was pretty old to have sex with me.
Yeah.
He was pretty old.
But you didn't get that impression.
No.
Right.
No.
Right.
No.
Right.
And no, but I still was like, let me pay you. He said no.
Right. But that's good. That means he had that old-timey...
Yes.
That, like, I'm going to just do what's right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yes.
But that's an older generation thing.
Yes.
And I don't think a lot of younger generation people would have done that.
I don't know why.
I think a lot of it is old Texas is a lot like that.
Yeah.
But now Texas is a lot more... This happened in Austin, I'm assuming, right?
Yes.
Yeah, especially in Austin, it's a lot more like in New York or in LA. There's a lot of other places that are just not like that. But if you go south to like Buda or Hayes or not Hayes, Kyle,
Yes.
and you go grocery shopping, a lot of younger guys will do the same thing, I think.
Really?
I think a lot of younger people will do that.
Hmm.
But I think it's the culture of Austin that isn't like that.
Isn't like
It's
that.
a lot more like a New York or an LA where you're not going to get that just generosity just for the sake of generosity.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I realize that I'm a big girl. I realize that. Yes, it's it's weird because I lived for a long while in a society that acts differently, especially men.
You think men in
Yeah,
Azerbaijan act
because
different?
Yes, they do. They do.
How so?
Let's say I'm with a friend, and it's a man, and we go somewhere to a restaurant or cafe. I never question that I'm gonna pay. It's never happening. He will never let me do that. It's out of any. Yes, it's not a question. It's even if I did invite him, I was like, "Can we?" Yes, he will get offended if I do that. It's never out of question, and he's still my friend. We're good friends, but he's like, "No, like you are questioning my, my ego when you do that." He never lets me.
Interesting.
Maybe I had those kind of friends. I don't know, but that's what I was experiencing. But my brother is always like that too. It's like if we are somewhere and I'm like taking my card out and paying, it means I'm offending him somehow. He would just look at me like, "What the heck are you doing?"
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why, like, if they're paying or doing some stuff for you, it's more about their ego. Not like they want to have sex with you, but they want to feel
They want to feel like
Feel
they've
like
done something.
something. Yes.
good.
Yes. Yeah. So something like that. Again, not bad or good. Just different. Just different. That's what they taught us in exchange program.
Yeah.
In 2012, they were like, "What do we say? Not bad or good, just different."
Interesting.
Yeah. So
That's what they taught you to say?
whenever
you run into something different.
Yes, not bad or good, just different.
Oh, that's weird.
So funny.
That's so welcoming and accommodating.
But that's how it is, though. No, it's not. Like, I'm not saying it's bad here. It's just different.
It's just different.
It's just different. It has good sides.
But you
to it.
gotta know. You got.
Let's not go.
But I
let's
mean,
not go
come
there.
on.
No, let's not go there.
No.
No. I'm good. Everything is fine. I am very satisfied as a woman. I'm independent. I make my own dildos.
That's right, dildo maker.
Yeah.
That's so interesting.
Yeah, maybe.
So we could talk about that for. Are you still good to keep talking? By the way, I don't know how long you want to go for. Are you still good?
Yes, I'm good.
Okay, I'm just checking in.
Yeah.
But the dildo making, how did that happen?
Maybe it happened because I was alone for a while. Maybe that's why this profession found me.
You just had a dildo one day and you were like, I could make one of these.
Yeah. No. You know, I never bought one myself. I
Oh,
worked
really?
with a guy for a while, and then he said, I'm planning to open a new business. Would you like to make dildos? Yeah. I said, hey, why not?
But you've never tried the product. That's interesting.
No, I never tried the product.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's
I should
tough.
probably say that. I should be like, yes, I tried the product. They're perfect. Can we do that? Ask me again.
What's the name of the company again?
Sin Saint.
Sin Saint.
Yeah.
Sin Saint dildos.
Silicone dildos.
That's right. Right.
They're good. We have 20% off. Your first purchase. They come in a nice box if you want to give a present to someone.
I don't think I'm your demographic, but I might be able to buy it for someone else.
So, who is it? A guy or a girl?
As a dude. Either way, it would have to be a joke. Buying it for one of my guy friends would be hilarious.
Yeah,
That'd be funny. Damage his ego. You know.
that's what you want to do.
Yeah, don't you want a dildo, dude? Wouldn't that be hilarious?
Yeah.
He'd be like, no. He'd use it.
He would?
No, he wouldn't do it.
Do you wanna? What's his name?
I would buy one for Kevin Barnum.
Good. Kevin Barnum
Kevin Barnum.
would use a dildo.
He would use a dildo. He wouldn't use a dildo for sure. He wouldn't do it. The guy's married. Like he could still use it.
You can spice things up. In a marriage, sometimes you just need to.
You just need a dildo.
That's what people say in a marriage. We're spicing things up.
Spice things up.
Yeah.
Bringing some toys in.
Yeah. Some people.
Yeah. Other people.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So did you guys do that when you were married?
A year? Do you think we had?
You had the time? No, probably not.
Yeah, we didn't have time.
1 year.
1 year, it was too short.
Dang.
To get bored.
Was it bad to have a dildo in Azerbaijan? Is that considered bad?
Depends. Probably it is bad. Probably it would. I think it would hurt men's ego there. Much more
really?
If you get a dildo
again, ego
while having a man. Yeah, of course they have it. They have a lot bigger ego there. That's what I'm saying. All this stuff.
Okay.
Of course, the things they do. You do it not for others. You do it for yourself.
For
you want
yourself.
to feel good about yourself. Yes,
Yeah.
that's the other way.
I feel like there's a big movement in the United States in general to lose your ego.
Yeah, I don't know why they do this. I don't know.
Really?
I have no idea.
So you want more ego?
Of course.
You're pro
Good.
ego.
Yeah, definitely. That's a good thing about you. That's the main thing about you. Why do you want to lose it?
Oh, is ego?
What you want to become? Like you want to be woman?
Yeah.
We don't have the ego.
We don't have ego.
Exactly.
Yeah. I feel like, man.
You're gonna hate me.
No, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Though.
Why would you like to lose it? Just use it for good. Why would you want to kill your ego? That's insane. First of all, you're never gonna be able to kill your ego. You're just gonna turn it into something different. And what is it gonna be turned into? They're like, oh no, don't do this. Don't do this. This is just, this is bad that this is about your ego. Yes, this is about my ego. So what?
What you're saying is so fascinating because what you're basically saying is that if men decide to lose their ego, which is what I feel like Americans are trying to do.
Yeah, I feel like that too.
It makes us more feminine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Damn. You agree with that. You're just too scared to say it.
I didn't say anything.
Yeah, exactly. You agree with it, though. That's interesting. Because this is something that a lot of people have been talking about is that men in general have become more feminine lately in the United States.
I wouldn't say feminine. You know what I would say, Eric? Lost a little.
Really?
Yeah. It's like they don't know what to do anymore. Like, is it okay if I do this? Is it okay if I... Like, you're questioning every move kind of with a woman. Like, is it okay?
Yeah.
Is it gonna hurt the blah, blah, blah? Is it gonna happen? Just do whatever you feel like you want to do, which would make you feel good about yourself. That's the most important thing. If you're feeling good, and women too. Should I cook for that guy? If that makes you feel good about yourself, if that cooking.
This was so interesting
go
about
ahead and do it.
Anyone from a foreign country. I feel like they look at us and they say these things, and I think it's true. And you guys are like, of course, like you just do what you do, and that's what you do.
Yeah.
But you're right. I think a lot of us here in the United States are a bit lost. It's a little bit like we don't.
You don't know what's true or good anymore. You're questioning every move.
Then why are you attracted to America? What about America attracts you here? And I know that it's okay.
I don't know. I'll say this, that you're open to any opinion. That you're so open to hear any opinion, actually. Of course, if you don't fight with people, you're not aggressive. You're just saying, hey, this is my opinion, which is a very good thing about America in general.
Right.
It has its downside. Like sometimes you're too open and welcoming to some crazy stuff too. You're like, oh, she or he has a right to do that.
But we're willing to have that
Yeah.
discussion.
Yeah, yeah. But still, that you're willing to have that discussion is fascinating. You're like, okay, let's think about that. Let's talk about it, and let's analyze this. Your openness is a very good thing. A lot of people there, they
wouldn't even
open.
have that
They're
talk.
like, we are not having. This is
Right.
the way it is.
But there are some benefits to that way of thinking as well.
Exactly.
And the benefits
Yes.
is that you have clear understanding and confidence about what you're doing at all times
Yes.
because everybody's doing that thing.
Exactly.
So you can move confidently, quickly, and you know how to do it.
You know what they expect from you.
And they know what they expect.
Yes.
But here it's anything's possible, which gives you analysis paralysis.
Yes.
You're like, oh shit, are we making the right move?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything is possible.
This is good.
When you say you have the right to do that, and that person does it, but you still feel kind of bad inside, and you don't even know why. Because the person has a right, but you're still not okay with that.
Right.
And you're like, oh, should I change myself? Should I be like okay with it too? But you know what I mean? But there are people like, I'm not okay with it. Oh, no. Just no. We're not having this.
Just no.
Just no. And he feels...
Wow.
And he's the happiest after he says that. And he moves on with his life.
And you seem to like that approach a lot, but somehow the openness approach is still more attractive, though.
Oh, I'm... What? Are you a chat? Why are you asking me this?
Chat GPT. Well,
do you want me to cry?
No, because you're interesting because you're different. So it's like when you see that approach in Azerbaijan of the confident man, you respect it.
And women too.
And women too.
Yes.
And I see the respect there. It totally makes sense. I would respect it. Just like the Texas guy that bought your groceries. I have that same respect.
My favorite guy.
Yeah, I have that respect for that guy. But there is a piece of you that says, but you should also question those beliefs that you hold so dear. There is a piece of you that says, question that. And that piece is more important than the blind following.
I would say this.
Okay.
I think you should know what you want, and you should know what to expect from your partner, even if it's your friend, okay? But you should also have a good sense of humor, not to be so serious about things that you don't really have to be. You know what I mean? There, people are serious, too serious when something doesn't work out. You know what I mean? Here, people are too loosey about something that doesn't work out. It's there should be something in between. Like, you're like, okay, this is not so serious, but I still don't like it. You know what I mean? This is not that serious, but I would like to talk about this because it's not okay. So there should be something
a middle
in the
ground.
middle. Yeah, you shouldn't be harming yourself. I'm not going to lie to myself. I know what I want. And I'm not going to be, I'm okay with whatever.
Well, maybe
is
it makes
happening.
sense that you came to Texas then again.
Yeah?
Because if hear me out. If Azerbaijan is over here on the spectrum,
Yeah.
then New York has got to be over here on the spectrum.
Yes.
But that man in Texas that bought your groceries, he's right in the center.
Okay, don't make me.
No. I'm not saying.
Appreciates only men spending money on me. That's not true.
No. And I'm using him as an example. I know that you're. Yeah. But I think the American South is a little bit of that. It has that old timey male. Not even male, but just it has that old timey feel of like we have a tradition and a way of doing things that this is the way it should go. And we don't question that. But it is still America. And there is still that kind of loosey-goosey situation that you mentioned. Do you agree?
Yes, I agree.
Okay.
I kind of agree. I think that was probably the reason I moved here, but I didn't have that conversation with me. It wasn't like an open conversation. Why am I doing this? But I feel like this is the place where there's some stuff that is familiar to me, and but it's also America.
Those worlds
so it could
meet.
be something in the middle, actually, where I could fit in, because I'm also not pro this.
Right.
I want to find that something that in the middle, which doesn't limit me, but I also don't hurt other, like men's ego. by doing something that he doesn't like, you know?
Right.
Because I don't want to do it to anyone, not to a woman, not to a man. It's not about like I want to be perfect for a man. I'm not perfect, but I still don't want to have too much freedom where I only think about myself and that's it. I don't want that. I think you'll always be hurting people when you are like that. But you should also not be hurting yourself when saying yes to someone, you know?
Yeah.
So there should be a middle ground where you're like, I'm not okay. Let's talk.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's good. That was very good.
That's why I'm alone.
No,
That's why I'm single.
No.
Yes.
Well, I mean, yes.
Yes.
But also, no, you can't think of it like that, though. Yeah. But also, yes, that is why you're single.
Yes.
But because it sounds like you had a relationship, you were married, and you were like, no, you're operating on that traditional Azerbaijani energy that I don't agree with. You said you don't agree with it, and you wanted something else. So that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all. Yeah. Everything makes sense.
Everything makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I do make sense.
Yeah. So far, you make sense.
Yeah.
Which is good, because people that don't make sense, that scares me. But everything that you've experienced so far, I'm like, you're a person and you've made decisions that make sense.
You know what they say about people who make everything make sense? Schizophrenic, because they can find the logical connections between these things that are not connected at all. I learned that, I think, 2 days ago.
Oh, really?
I was like, I could find connection.
Yeah.
Between anything.
It's also a comedy thing.
Yeah.
Because in comedy, you're building connections between two things that have no purpose to being connected. And you're finding a connection.
Okay.
That's why a lot of comics are batshit crazy.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. My my grandmother was schizophrenic.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Did you experience that, or was she living with you? Or?
No, she was in a different country. She grew up, she was in London.
Oh, yeah.
And she was like an artist.
Oh, okay.
Which probably explains her schizophrenia.
No. No.
Or her schizophrenia explains why she's an artist.
That's
what
I wanted to say, but I wasn't too quick.
Yeah. But but she was great. She made those two pictures right there. Yeah.
I'm gonna look at them.
But
okay.
She was good. But I always feared, I was like, damn, am I gonna be schizophrenic one day too? I don't know.
I think it's something like genes.
And it skips a gene, so it would skip my dad, and then it would hit me technically.
Yeah, I became a comedian though. It's just
maybe that's the onset of schizophrenia.
It's the same thing, no? You told me.
I think schizophrenia and art are very similar. It's the same thing.
You should be a little bit schizophrenic to do art.
I think so. I think I'm a little crazy in my own weird way. I come off as a very clean-cut person, but...
Yeah, but you need to learn how to seem normal.
Yes. And I've been living in a very normal world for most of my life. But I think I've always been a little strange. So...
Yeah, you bought a dog and you want the dog act like a cat.
Yeah. I got the most cat-like dog.
Yeah, exactly. Like you say it so proudly.
I do.
Cat-like dog.
I was very proud. I was so proud. I think there could be a bit in there, actually. That's kind of good.
Cat-like dog.
I got a cat-like dog. Because I didn't want to be a guy with the cat.
Why?
Because a guy...
God.
Think about the reaction you had when you talked about a guy that doesn't like a dog. You remember that reaction you had?
Yes. I said man.
You said a man that doesn't accept a dog's love is a man that can't accept love at all. It's a man who can't accept unconditional love.
He's not ready, yes.
That hit me hard.
Yeah.
It did.
I am.
And I could tell when you said it, you could tell that it hit me hard because you brought it up again when you walked in here. But hold on. Okay. You're right, though. You're 100% correct. And that's the thing. I am a cat person. Okay. I grew up with cats. I have always loved cats. But I hate that I'm a cat guy. I want to be a dog guy. I want to have a dog. So I had to get the most cat-like dog to make that work.
Oh my God, you're so messed up. Oh my God.
Is that crazy? Is that insane?
It's insane.
Is it really?
It is insane.
Wow.
It's insane that you realize it, though. Like, it's
Yeah.
more insane that you realize what you're doing.
I completely understand what's going on. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I knew that I was like, I can't just be alone with a cat. I can't be that guy. I have to get a dog.
Why does it make you gay?
It makes you not necessarily gay.
What does it make you to be a man with a cat? What does it make you?
Oh man, now it's my turn. Okay, what does it make me to be a man with a cat?
Yeah.
It is. It's like what you said. You need to be able to accept unconditional love. A cat doesn't give you that. A cat doesn't give a shit about you. It's just there, and you're chasing the cat.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You chase the cat for love.
Okay. But what does that make you? A man with a cat. What does it say about you?
It says that I have an expectation I'm always shooting for, but as soon as I catch it, I don't want it anymore.
You don't want people to know that about you?
No, but I think people simplify it to gay.
Okay, so we are coming to that.
We're coming back to
but
gay.
I said, does it make you gay? You're like, no.
No, I don't think
It's
it
not
makes.
about that.
I don't think, but I think it's more complicated than that. It's way more complex than gay. But I think some people just simplify it because it's too hard to break it all down. But I think in reality, what it is my expectation of love is I want something that I want to give my love to, but it doesn't show a lot of love back, which is toxic.
It is.
It's a toxic way of loving.
Yes.
A dog gives you love, and it says
When
give
you
me
want it.
when you want it, and even sometimes when you don't. It just gives sometimes.
Okay, good.
So a dog, I thought, was a great way to bridge that. It's like, look, this thing gives me love. It does have dog-like qualities, where it gives me love when I don't want it sometimes.
Yeah, it's a dog. Maybe that's why.
That's why. But also sometimes she's like, "Can you piss off?" And she acts like a cat. So there's a
She looks. She has a look.
Like
She looks at you as if she's a cat.
yeah.
She has this look.
She's always like,
Yeah.
yeah.
But what does it like? Really? Do you think it makes you gay though to have a cat?
No,
To
I don't
be
think it
a man?
makes you gay. No, I don't think it makes you gay.
You don't want to give an impression of what?
No, I don't think it makes you gay. I mean, I have a friend who has cats, and
Do you think it makes you look irresponsible when you're like, oh, I have a cat?
not irresponsible even. I think it
What
just
is it then?
it gives an image of, I don't know, it's not as welcoming as a feeling of a guy that has a dog. I don't know what it
To
is.
whom?
To the world?
What?
Is this my ego again? Is that what you're saying?
I want to know because you're talking about who? Like, to me, if you said I have a cat, I'll be like, okay,
Yeah.
cat. Like, what do I? But to you is important. You're the one saying I don't want to be a man with a cat. That's why I'm asking you.
No, but it's not even like that. I just is for my own. It's not. I don't want to be a man with a cat. It's. I think me being alone with a cat isn't a good idea. For me. Is this crazy? Is this?
You being alone with a cat is a bad idea.
It's a bad idea for me because it's a bad way for me to love. I think it's a bad way for me personally to love. I think with the
Wow.
dog, it's a better way for me to love.
Wow.
Does this make sense?
You're teaching yourself something.
Yeah.
Okay, you wanna learn to love different.
Yes.
Different way.
That sounds better. I like that. Let's go with that. That's good.
And you chose an animal for that, not an actual person.
No, I chose an animal. Yeah, I chose an animal, but I wanted a pet. Is this all crazy? There are so many thoughts going through your head right now, which you're not saying, and it's making me uncomfortable.
Oh my god, no, nothing's like,
Okay.
No, it's funny. See, everything's
Okay.
funny that you're like, oh, I think I need to figure out how I want to be loved.
Yeah.
Loved, and I'm gonna get a cat-like dog.
Yes.
That's the conclusion you came up to. You know that's the funny thing that you're like. I think I need a cat-like dog to understand myself better.
It's the perfect bridge, I thought.
Yeah.
It's the perfect bridge. Instead of a dog-like cat, which is impossible to find.
Dog-like cat? There is dog-like cats.
Really?
Yeah. Very loving cats, yes. They are always on your face, yes. Sleeping with you, cuddling and loving you.
See, I don't think I would like that. I don't think I would like that. I just don't think I do. Like, she jumps up and she cuddles with me sometimes, but a lot of times she's like that. She's like, I want to be over here.
Yes, I see.
Doing my own thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which is lovely, I think.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's very nice, yes.
And if I said, Mina, come here. Mina, come here. Yeah, see, that's...
She is a cat-like dog. Oh my, I love the way she ignores you.
Dude, she doesn't give a shit, dude.
Oh my god. That's the coolest dog I've seen in my life.
Dude, she doesn't give a fuck.
Good.
We're basically roommates.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I said, when I picked her up, they were like, you shouldn't get this dog. They literally told me, this is not a dog that's going to be like a dog. And I was like, that's perfect. I want that exactly. That's exactly what I want. And...
Yeah, you need a roommate. Yes. Yeah, you're right.
You think I should get a roommate?
Yeah. The next step will be the bridge.
Yeah.
That you're talking about is a roommate, like after a dog. You can get a roommate. Like, hey, we are roommates.
Possibly.
Yes.
Possibly.
No, but you know what scares me? That I completely agree with you. I understand what you're saying. I'm making it kind of sound funny, but I know what you're saying.
Okay.
And I agree, yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah, because dogs, like, you need to give so much attention to a dog.
Yes.
Probably most of your attention needs to go to a dog, and it wants a constant attention from you. It's always needs you to deal with it.
And that's draining.
It is draining.
Yeah.
For me, it is draining.
Yeah.
I don't like that about me. But to change that, I would get a dog-like dog, so I get used to it. Not a cat-like dog. If I wanted to change that.
Oh my god! Oh my god, dude, that is so funny. You're like, you didn't accomplish anything. You got a fucking cat, dude.
She doesn't care when you call her name. She just...
Oh my god, that is fucking hilarious. Holy shit.
She's more cat than a cat.
Oh my god, that is so funny. You were like, you know what I would have done?
Yeah.
I would have got a dog. Alexa, stop. Holy Christ, that's so funny. Alexa, stop. Oh, that was funny as hell.
Yeah, you just stayed where you were.
Yeah. Oh. All right. 2:40. You want to keep going? You think we should call it?
Whatever you say, it's my first time here. I don't know what I'm doing.
I think we should call it. I think we should call it. That was fun. I think it's a good ending.
Okay, good.
I like that. I think that was fun.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Until next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.